touch anything.
It's the greatest find yet. Nothing compares to it.
But it's definitely something you should hear.
This is The Real Deal with Larry Lawton.
Welcome to The Real Deal with me, Larry Lawton, and Nick. And we have a couple special guests here for the New Year's. Actually, to be honest, and you guys are going to see it, if you go, forget it's on Spotify now video, you're going to look, they're the prettiest guests we've had since we started the podcast. And that's no lie. I'm not kidding. Before I get started, let's thank my sponsor, Oliva Cigar. They are the best. Make sure you check them out. They're in the links below. Also, check my cigar, the Crooked Diamond, all our merch, the lighters, everything going out. We have starter packs for everybody. My book, Gangster Redemption, the Gangster Redemption Part 2 coming out, and also the cookbook finally here. It will be here, and there's Nick doing it now.
They finally let it go. They're holding your cookbook hostage for
I know, man.
months.
I can't. Well, you know what it's costing me? It's going to cost me about $1,000 for that move because I'm going to give everybody who ordered early a $50 lighter.
Yeah.
The $49 lighter.
Which one?
That's something else.
Yeah.
Which
I'm
one?
gonna do that.
Yeah,
it's
that's
more than the book.
Yeah,
Of course, but I'm going to do that because I think it's the right thing to do
That's
because
a
it's
good
been
thing.
way too long and mostly my fault. I'll say that. But it is what it is. Okay, now let me explain who I have here today, everybody. This is going to be a great show. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. We're going to talk about child development. We're going to talk about two very, very intelligent. As much as they are intelligent, they're beautiful. I should say, as much as they're beautiful, they're intelligent.
It won't.
Oh, no.
We should do a drink every time.
You got a lot.
I think we
of
should drink
editing to do.
every single time he calls you guys beautiful.
Okay,
I
what
think
do you want me to
every
call them
single
ugly?
time.
I mean, I'm here for
Jesus.
that.
I gotta work in the morning, but okay.
Hey,
I
yo.
like
Well,
that.
yeah.
Now you guys are bitching that I call you beautiful?
Beautiful.
First off, I
Unit.
did not say
Hey,
anything. It
unit.
was Nick
Okay.
who said that.
Here we go. Here's
you
who
keep
I
calling
have.
me beautiful.
I have Taylor, who is from actually Port St. Lucie.
I am.
And she was born and raised in Port St. Lucie, very rarity. And of course I have Tysh, my buddy Tysh, where were you born, Tysh?
New Bedford, Massachusetts.
New Bedford. We have a couple of guys that work with us in Massachusetts.
Is that where they're from?
Yeah, Massachusetts. The kids. I call them the kids. Look how bad I am. But yeah, they're from Massachusetts. I used to have a girl I talk about all the time. She lived in Medford, Mass. And when I was a gangster, I used to fly to Mass on the weekends to just bang her and then go home to my wife. But my girlfriend or wife, whoever the hell. Back then, I was a bad guy.
Whatever I had at the
Whatever.
time. One
Back
of my
then,
bitches.
I'm the first to admit I was a bad guy. Now I'm a good guy. Now we got Morty, who's really running this show. Everybody, this is the Morts.
Well, he
Second
turned his
handsome man.
he turned his show notes in.
The glue.
He did. He was on earlier. If you want to see pictures of Morty, he will have
Yep.
a Instagram page. He's gonna have all that stuff going up within the next few weeks. And Morty is just a great mascot, and he's a watchdog. You can't come anywhere around this place without Morty going crazy, and that's what we want. You know,
Oh, he'll get you. Tish knows.
he's a
Yeah,
killer.
he'll
He is a killer.
He's a
Well,
killer.
anyway, let me
Look
ask
at
you,
him.
Tish. Let's go to you first. You're the. I'm not gonna talk about age or
Let
anything
her.
like that.
Let
Obviously,
her.
you are. Is their mics good? I'm just watching where they are, Nick.
I think they're all right. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
I
just
think
looking
they're
for where
good.
she's speaking from.
I think they're good.
Tish,
Oh.
Yes.
don't bust my chops. Hey, Tish,
Hey.
you work with behavioral science, for kids,
Behavior analyst, yeah.
behavioral analyst for children.
Yep.
What does that exactly mean? Behavioral analyst.
It means I analyze behaviors.
And what is that? So can you analyze my behavior?
I develop.
Oh, she has already.
Treatment plans for
Don't
kids
even ask
diagnosed,
that.
like dual diagnoses, primarily autism spectrum disorder.
Is that where Nick gets that everybody's on the spectrum? He says everybody. He goes, "You're on the spectrum. This is on the spectrum."
Larry, you're high functioning autism.
No, I'm not.
Is he-
100%.
I mean, that's your profession. What would you?
I am.
On the spectrum from, here to
Nick is certainly gifted.
no him. We already figured that out about me. But
You're
before
retarded
Downs,
with the eyes.
before
You don't
Down
use that
syndrome,
word.
Never.
can't use
We
that
don't
word?
No,
use. We
that's not
don't use that word. That word.
But
So
I'm not PC.
Mental
So.
retardation is a diagnosis, but we don't say that.
Well, he's been diagnosed mentally retarded.
No.
Look at his eyes. They're so
But
close
he's-
Our
together.
friends are
Larry-
I think he's got
neurodiverse.
inbred. I think he's inbred.
Look
You
at
know,
him.
when the eyes go close together.
Look how insecure he is that he just switched it so fast that he doesn't want to be
We're
diagnosed.
targeting you.
Yeah, look at him.
Wow.
Did you know, Tish? Did you know he has to eat yogurt with a special spoon that
No
is the
fucking
right
way.
size?
Rigidity,
What does this spoon look
you're
like?
saying.
Very small. It's a very small
It's a
spoon.
tiny like a
Yeah.
like a
It's a different
caviar
spoon.
spoon,
Like a tiny
size?
spoon?
or like a
Caviar.
little bigger.
We know who the rich one in the
A
room
little
was.
bigger.
Caviar.
Get it.
Yeah,
I
a
just
little
worked
bigger.
at a seafood place. I know what a
Caviar.
caviar
I
spoon
mean,
looks like.
guys like us, I saw a hamburger.
So how small is your spoon?
How small? Well, about 7.5. But
You should have said for what you meal.
I don't know about spoons like that.
You should have
it's not
said
thicker.
for which meal.
Yeah, no.
I will
Come
literally.
on, we're
I'll
only
be-
joking. We're gonna have a lot of
no,
fun.
no,
Of
no.
course, we're just
I am.
having a good
I'm just
time.
joking
Of
around.
course.
But seriously,
People who know
I'll
the
bring out
show,
food,
it's a
and
fun
he'll be
job.
like, "It's the wrong utensil."
Because there are.
I'm like, "You're
Thank
autistic."
you, Tish. Let me tell you
spoon in
about
your
him.
food? First
Do you know
off-
who he is? Do you ever see the,
No.
the peculiar?
You can't.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
look
Do
at
I know who
look
he
at
is?
She knows him.
I
Look,
have an
look.
idea.
He is so on
You
the
said Down
charts
syndrome.
there.
Down syndrome. It broke off the spectrum.
Oh, him? Oh,
No,
ooh.
you. We're talking about you, Larry.
No.
Get on with the fucking.
First hurricane in Florida.
It's my show.
Let's listen to Zelda boss music.
Oh, we can talk about it. Yeah.
Huh? What happened?
We're going to listen to Zelda boss music. First hurricane in Florida ever.
We took mushrooms.
Who did? Not
Me and my girlfriend.
Oh, I don't do that. I don't do
It
drugs.
was
It was me and my girlfriend. We took mushrooms and
someone you know wanted
I used to
be
do
a
drugs. I don't do
psychonaut
drugs anymore.
Yeah.
in the midst of a hurricane. That was their first experience in Florida. And like, let's play Zelda boss music.
And I was supposed to take him to West Coast to a vacation spot I had. That got wiped away.
Yeah, that same. He was like,
It was bad. What?
yeah.
It was in Fort Myers. I had a spot.
He was like,
We knew ahead of time it was going to wipe us out. And
he
you
was like,
whiff.
it was literally the day of. The next day was everyone knew there was a hurricane. He was like, let's go to Fort Myers. You could see the sun rise here and set in Fort Myers because I was new here. And he's like, it's the only place you could do it. I was
No,
like,
it's a
did you
few
know
places,
the
but-
world is ending tomorrow?
Exactly.
For that place,
You're going to pop popcorn
And he was
and
like,
skateboard.
he was like, that's bullshit. That's nothing. They're just
I
talking.
cried for 6
Literally,
months. 'Cause I didn't know
after I
no
sobered
insurance.
up on the mushrooms, I was like, "Hey, your spot's gone."
Oh, I
Remember?
lost a lot of money.
And he was
I
like,
cried.
"Shut up! Don't talk about that." I was like, "Oh, I
don't
tried to
wanna
tell
talk
you."
about that.
It would have been lit though if we went. I would much
It was
rather.
Oh,
It
you
was
know,
like-
people who stayed in a bar there died. A bunch of people
Yeah.
in the bar died.
Well,
They had a
maybe
hurricane.
it was
party.
windy
maybe
near
it was
us, I
fate
don't
that
know.
you didn't go.
Well,
we should have
no.
went. I would have loved. to
Hey,
go.
guess what?
My kids would have
There's
liked it.
time.
Insurance.
Huh?
You can still go.
No, I love hurricanes. They're
We're
cool.
here. We'll have
Okay,
We
wait,
didn't
wait,
have one
let's
this
get
year.
back to
Yeah,
let's get back to where we're
Which
at.
means
Yeah.
we'll have many next year.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
let's
part.
get back to where you are.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, forget Nick and his autism.
Forget
you
Nick.
with your you deal with kids obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and I do too in my program. You know, I have a program for kids. Do you find that I kind of like mean this in a good and a bad way? Are there more kids today with a lot of problems, or like less?
It's
What kind of
diagnosed more
problem?
frequently, yeah.
It's diagnosed more. So you think it was just not diagnosed back in the day?
Yeah, those are the kids you made fun of, and you
Nah,
got you.
No, no, I mean,
I
There's
think
a
it
bunch
was
of different
diagnosed,
reasons.
It just
There's,
was
like people.
oh, what do you do first of all?
I'm a bartender.
So you are in the psychological field and the behavioral scientist field.
Honorary therapist.
Honorary, yeah.
You're a bartender, really? Where?
Lord's Library in O'Galley.
Okay, because I know most
Speakeasy.
places.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
high-end 1920s styled bar.
Oh,
with
yeah,
it's
we
a
have to head there.
speakeasy.
That's
so-
cool. I
Yeah, you want
yeah.
fancy
They
drinks.
They dress
yeah.
up. People dress up to
You
go.
can't- You're
Yeah,
supposed to,
people
yeah,
dress
dress
up in
code.
flapper job. Yeah,
And you
all
gotta
that
find a
stuff.
So I
book.
could
and
go
open
there
it
as Al Capone and take everybody's money.
Yeah, you
As
can.
you should, yeah.
And I'll videotape it.
Yeah, all
As
right.
long as I get a cut, we're
There
fine.
you go.
Oh, that's
See,
fine.
she is
You know where
a-
the
I'd be
safe
like,
is?
I don't know him.
Where's the safe at?
Huh?
Where's the safe at?
Oh, inside job.
Larry, they're saying that you rob banks. is what they're saying.
I'm not. I just
never
asked
robbed
a
I didn't
question.
say anything.
Larry said, "No."
Nah, there's no money
never
in
met the
banks.
guy.
There's
Okay, let's
never
get back to
anybody.
for kids for a second here.
Yes, kids.
So you think kids are just being more diagnosed?
Yeah.
Do you think that's putting more kids on medications? Like I
Absolutely.
look at and I'm not a believer in that kind of meds. You know, like just bad self med. I get. You know what I mean? But I don't get just don't, like when I was a kid, they said I was hyperactive. They called it that. There was no ADD and ADHD, I'm sure I have a lot of that. But most of your successful people, your Elon Musk, your people, a lot of them are ADD or
Elon
ADHD.
Musk is
High
autistic.
functioning, they say.
High,
100%.
He's
functioning
autistic.
people.
He's 100% autistic.
And I think that it's I often tell people, don't ever worry about labels they put on you, because all you want to do is just, like, if you have an addictive personality, and a lot of people do, if you can get yourself addicted to work, so to speak, instead of drugs, listen, I'm all for drugs. Everybody who knows this podcast and knows me, I am the biggest liberal person in the world. I don't care who you have sex with. I don't care what drugs you do. You control it. Don't let it control you. That's my saying. And I think that's, most young people don't get that. They think it's, and then they have the excuse, well, I was messed up. No, you weren't. You didn't control it. There comes a time when someone, yes, if you can't control it, that's different. Then get help or whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
I'm not.
What do you mean to an
that.
extent?
I worked at inpatient, there's an extent
Like
of people being
like a
able
circles
feel
of
like
care or
there's an-
something like that?
Where's the lockdown facility where they straight
Circles
up
of care.
live there. I worked at Devereaux, when I was
Oh,
younger.
Devereaux,
Yeah.
I know it well. Yeah, I used to
It's like children
work
and
with kids in
adolescents
Devereaux.
lockdown. Yeah. And but I've
Children
been
for
to-
children?
Yeah.
Devereaux's like teenagers
For
more.
addicts?
Little kids,
I don't
to
know what we're talking about. So
No, but
it's
like
a
I
psych-
understand where you're coming
It's
from.
a psych
Nick.
facilities, but it's inpatient lockdown.
For
So
kids?
it's- Yeah, for
Okay.
like kids up to 18, I think, and then
Yeah.
we might have sent
A
them
lot
off
of
to
I
teenagers.
broke two of my friends out of there, out of the same type of
Devereaux?
building.
But circles, they're all like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I drove
But
up.
Did they have
not
lockdown?
everybody has. We had like, you want an example?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a kid that got discharged because there was a lack of funding, obviously. And then when we sent him home, I think he went on like Facebook Live and like decapitated his mom.
Wow.
Like happily. And we were like, we knew it. And he said it, like he said everything because he was like living it out in his head. And he was like, oh yeah, it's like, I got like, he was living the good life. And he was like, I don't really care what happens. But I guess like,
that's
He called it
totally
in too, I
mental,
bet.
obviously.
Hey,
but that's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying, like to an extent, because we have success stories, and then you have people that could just kind of slip through because you just have to like.
I mean, that's going to happen.
Okay,
in
so
anything.
Nah, some
here's
people
the
just
question.
can't
control
I don't know if we
everything
can
at
talk
all.
about this.
I
and
was
if we-
at Tyler Hadley's
If we
party.
can't talk about it, I'll cut it. But
No, you
my
won't.
girlfriend,
You never say that because we don't do that on this show.
I will if it has to, we have-
Hippopotamus.
Yeah. So my girlfriend worked with you.
Yes,
For a
she
couple
did.
months.
Yeah.
And you guys take extensive notes every single day on these
Yeah, we do,
kids.
yeah.
Extensive.
You have to for billing.
crazy
how many,
notes,
like
bro.
how many times they blinked
Quit it.
type of
The
stuff.
data, we
Like,
collect a
extensive.
frequency, a duration,
And
then you have
is
to,
it true that when they turn, what age do you guys release them?
22, technically.
it's not a
right?
release, no. Like
Actual release.
insurance generally, I think around 18 or 22, and then you would
Okay.
go into like an adult.
And
Did
then
you
they
hear
go
what she just
somewhere
said?
else.
But
I'm
the
pushing
Now,
back.
do you-
She said, when the insurance ends.
Which is
Yeah.
around like 18
That's
or 22,
bullshit.
I think.
See?
Sucks, bro.
But that's why there's a lack of
That's
like
what I'm-
help
It's
for
crazy
where I'm
when
getting-
you're born with
adults.
That
'cause
is
they're
what
not-
I'm
yeah.
getting at. So now, wherever
don't
they
have-
go
yeah.
from there, you guys don't.
There's no
Send their
continuation of
notes
care.
in.
No,
Notes in.
like literally, no,
No.
You do submit everything. So sometimes like the kids will get a binder. It depends on like,
For where they're going,
but you do
Okay,
have a
so
track
Katie's
record. We
wrong.
all have a track
Katie's
record.
wrong.
You
Okay,
do. Like,
cool.
and
Katie was like, "No, they don't send them with them."
everything that's medical is recorded. Like everything's documented, whether it's your primary
makes me
physician,
feel way better. Okay.
across like speech,
Yeah.
OT, PT, ABA, you name
Yeah.
it. We all have to document everything. It gets stored forever. Like it has to be,
So the next place they go have it.
and they do. The parents have to sign a
Okay.
release.
Cool.
Does
So
that
that-
kid who goes
All
to
right,
that
Katie
school,
totally
is
was
he
wrong.
labeled for
Well,
the
'cause
rest of
she's
his life
just-
like he can't own a gun, he can't
yeah,
I
He
don't
can't
know
do
about
certain
I don't
things.
know about the legalities of it, but it was. I think if you had like an ASD diagnosis, you held the ASD diagnosis forever, and then back then there was like the Asperger's diagnosis, which is like a higher functioning of ASD.
Oh, you told me they dropped
and it was
that.
in the DSM, and then I think it's. I don't know if it's still in there. I wish I did. I should just open the damn book, but I feel like
don't put that out there.
no, I feel like they basically downplayed it. But that was like the thing. People were like, I'm okay with an Asperger's diagnosis because you could drop it, and then it wouldn't be like an albatross that you carry throughout life. You could be like, I'm just here. You wouldn't have
What's
to
an
be like, oh.
albatross?
Yeah, I want
Like
to know that.
an albatross is like a thing that holds you, like an awful thing that like holds you down.
An albatross is something over your head. Like
Yeah, it's like it's
Context.
from like
So like
back
your
in the days,
grandparents
like
would buy you a car.
It was like
Or
this,
like it's
later on,
weighing you
back
down.
in the day, like sailors would have like this big bird that like sailors would be like, it's like a bad omen bird that's kind of fucking just weighed you down.
See, I got that.
Okay.
Who puts a kid in there? I mean,
The diagnosis?
In other words,
What
I'm
gets
sure
them
you
there?
have different levels of
Yeah.
kids in there. Pretty bad, pretty, okay. Who determines that kid belongs in there?
The spectrum's like ridiculously broad, and it honestly really
wanna know?
sucks.
That's what I mean.
Sure.
It does. It's just too because you can have severely
Retardation.
no.
right,
We'll call it
chill.
low functioning, right?
We got
But
to
it's
chill
not
on the R
even-
word.
yeah.
YouTube doesn't like it.
Doesn't
You could
like
say,
what?
The R word.
I didn't
can't.
say anything bad.
and I don't
We're
even.
talking about a
I
medical
don't,
diagnosis.
I don't even know what the honest, like the best
I
word
know,
is
but
right
we're
now.
talking about a medical.
yeah,
It's
I know.
not retardation because that applies to IQ levels.
Okay.
This does not directly correlate to IQ.
Go ahead.
Like a low functioning neurotypical individual, you still have to test like on skills for like IQ. So like your brain, like your functioning level. So how you can answer like certain, it's all standardized tests. It is. So like if a kid's not nonverbal, how do you test the kid? And you can assume that they're not scoring, so they're super severe, but they can't express themselves. So you don't know. Because a lot of those kids can like, I have a client, for example, right? Can spell crazy words, can read and whatever.
Oh,
like
he's
magnet
crazy.
letters. Yeah.
He knows Drake and Josh and how.
He literally like spells like the entire cast of like the movies he likes. And I didn't have to teach him really any of it. So now it's like, but then again, he'll score
And no
super
one
low
did.
on an IQ
And
level.
no one did.
No.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
No one taught him how to spell.
Well, I mean, I get the brain. I mean, the brain.
But for kids that
people
lack
can,
expressive, you
memorize.
can't.
And that's the
telephone
crazy thing
book.
too, is because
Crazy
like on that level, I always think, even with it goes with cancer. It's crazy to think that like for that kid, you wouldn't know that like maybe the secret to having him speak is giving him paper with a little bit of like whiskey tabbed on it and then tapping him on the nose.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
Exactly.
it's too broad. It's
No,
literally too broad.
exactly.
You have an
Yeah, that
Elon
made
Musk,
sense, right? That
And then
made
you
sense.
have like
Yeah,
the
no,
guy
it
who
did.
developed
Nobody knows.
Pokemon.
Just like
No.
cancer. You could cure cancer with like some zinc and like smacking them on the ass and then
Oh, you
like
can?
a little bit of spit. Nobody knows. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe half a strawberry and some sugar with a tap on the nose will cure cancer.
It's
They are
depending
trying
on
so
what you
many
know,
things,
too.
Nick. Don't think they're not trying
Whatever you in the media.
That's the whole point. Is like it could be the most crazy thing that nobody ever thought of that was super simple.
Who do you know on the spectrum in the media?
Oh, a lot of them.
I don't. There's nothing
Oh,
on.
name one.
There's nothing
You
on the
can't
media.
say- you
about the
use that
spectrum.
word
They say the
way
guy
too
who developed
wrong.
Pokemon, right? They say.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's it.
Elon
Who?
Musk. The guy who developed Pokemon.
Yeah.
They say Elon Musk. Temple Grandin. Do you even know who Temple Grandin is? Exactly.
Why do you
No.
think Elon
The
Musk is
farmer
on the
check?
spectrum?
No, he is.
They
What
say
do you
he
mean
is.
say he is?
No,
Who's
they-
that?
Just look at him,
Who is
Larry.
that?
Everyone.
All right, look up
I'm
Temple
glad
Grandin.
everyone's diagnosing the guy.
No. In all
See.
reality, if you look at everything that lines up, I mean, there is some type of spectrum with him.
So is
because the
Donald
way-
Trump? Does he have disassociated? Is he?
No, because no
Is he
one's watched
egomaniac?
him.
Does he?
I mean,
Is he? A lot of people say he's what's the word for?
He's a
Donald Trump?
no, same as the Pauls. They are a
Yeah, what?
what's
Not
the
a
word?
savant, right?
The Pauls.
They say so.
No, not a psychopath. What's
no,
under
no.
a psychopath?
Sociopath?
Sociopath.
No, sociopath. No, that is different.
That's completely different.
No.
That's what he's saying, though.
100%.
Sociopath is on a psychological.
Yes.
Like, that's a total different, like, in the
Taking a step
DSM,
back.
that's under a different
Okay, since you're-
domain. That's under, like, a personality or a mood disorder.
Okay, I have a question for you. If
That's
a
apples
person
and
has no
oranges.
empathy, what is that?
That's a
That can fall under the antisocial, whatever, sociopath kind of thing.
Sociopath. I'm saying.
But that's like, you gotta tread lightly with a sociopath. That's like a heavy diagnosis. But they're totally different. Like,
she's talking
autism
insurance now.
spectrum,
You better chill out.
Autism's like
Insurance is
you're
involved.
quirky. You have a lot of interesting quirks, and then you have like strengths and weaknesses, like everybody does. But they like, if anything, someone on the spectrum might find it difficult to read human emotions and like connect on a level of empathy, whereas a sociopath is like very manipulative and is like straight up, fuck your emotions, I'm going to manipulate you and I don't feel anything.
This could be Donald Trump. But
With
I have
no
a question
remorse.
for you
Could
on
also
that.
be the Pauls.
Sure. No
Could be.
question.
Yes,
I have a
have we
question
seen
for you
that?
on that thing.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, the way you're really talking to the audience is everybody's on the spectrum in some way.
No, not on the spectrum, but I'm saying like you can put people in different categories in like mood disorders, personality disorders, and all that if you really want to. My background, I'm a hybrid, so I have my background's equally in applied behavior analysis and
She's a
mental
day
health
walker. She's a
I'm a
day
day
walker.
walker.
She's a day
But
walker.
it's psychology versus like behavior, and they clash.
She's allowed to work.
Because the psychology side is like
I took psychology.
Psychology is like I want to know
coming
what's
out
in
here.
your head and in your environment.
I know I took the id,
and then
ego, superego.
and then behavior analysis is only observable, measurable. So if I can't see it or measure it, it doesn't fucking matter. So that's why I'm split between the two. So like I read the whole
That brain's
versus
smart.
being like science versus like
I have
nature
such a
versus
hard
nurture.
time putting people's lives, the rest of their lives, on people's diagnosis of something that's
But
not like
you
a
have
blood
to.
disorder or a heart disorder. You're telling somebody because your diagnosis, whatever that is. And
She's
I'm not.
I can't diagnose.
She's not
that.
diagnosed.
I can't
a
diagnose.
doctor.
I
Let's
can
call-
treat, but I can't diagnose.
Let's call it a doctor,
Ethically,
whoever it is.
yeah.
That says, "Oh, he's this, and let's put him here," and now he gets labeled for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with that. I really do, because unless a person is maybe dangerous or something in that regard, I don't. Again, I'm a believer in true freedom. America, true freedom is not having somebody do that to you, judge you, or label you.
Okay, but Larry,
or
if
something
you
of that
need
nature.
it,
People
you know,
seeking that
someone
want that
has to
label.
diagnose
Too.
it.
No, I understand where he's coming from though, because like everyone's been in that certain situation where it's like, who do I talk to at this point?
Right.
Who are you to know my whole life off of my snippet? So
And it's based off what you say.
But
If you know how to work the system,
Yeah, I
I'll
can
diagnose
work you.
whatever the fuck you want.
I
And
can
that's,
tell.
and that's
I'm totally-
not, that's
I am
not right.
totally
They
with
call me
Tysh.
crazy. They
I'm
call me
with
a
Tysh.
psychopath. They call me a lot
You
of
tell
things.
her all you want to tell her, though.
They
In
have
all
a thing
reality,
like malingering,
you have
right?
all the leeway
It's called-
in
it's
your
a-
Yeah, but
diagnosis.
see,
diagnosis.
but they also, a person of her intelligence
Yes.
can definitely manipulate some people.
Yeah, she's a little on
There's
the
a V code for that. I don't know what it is now, but a few years back it was in the back of the DSM, and it was malingering because I did a thing on it.
Right,
and I did
malingering.
that.
I know what that is.
And it's people that like lie about their diagnosis. And what I did with the study was I had like all the data pulled from like Florida State Mental Hospital with a professor.
No, she's good.
And we basically looked at people that they got sent to prison for like a bad thing, and then they like played the crazy card to get out of the charges.
Oh, sure.
Oh, Larry
It's
knows all
malingering.
about.
Yeah.
Larry
It's people
tried
acting
that.
acting
Larry
crazy,
tried that.
and as you should, because it's better to be in like the psych unit rather than like
Nah,
the
he
jail
took
Oh,
side.
is it though? Is it?
Yes.
You get
Is it?
better
Absolutely.
things.
First
yeah,
of
you
all,
have
if
more
you're
facts.
done,
All I know about the
very
psych
few.
word is
Listen,
God.
as a
better.
lawyer,
You
and
wanna
I have
be
my
there.
law degree.
You wanna be with the
very
crazies.
few people.
Oh, okay.
Safety.
No,
I took-
very
the
few
only
people
thing-
get a
If you don't
criminal
mind the
insanity.
crazies, that's
But in all
amazing.
The only
reality,
thing
that's
I
where the safety is,
have to
right?
base on my statement I just made was Gotham and Batman and Arkham Asylum. So I was always like, I don't want to be in the
With
psych
the
ward.
Joker.
With it. Yo, in all reality,
I wanna go there.
if
He
first
took
off,
this intelligent
I would be in
conversation
the
and
psych
threw it in a
ward.
DC
You're walking
comic.
around from what in your Air Forces, listening to your podcast.
I would be
chilling.
right next to
in the
Joker.
psych ward. No, you
Who would-
are.
I would be in the psych
in the
Well, no,
jail side.
Joker-
You're fucking.
Joker's
Hold
not
on,
there
guys.
anymore.
Hold on. Psych wards are, first of all, criminally insane. To be labeled criminally insane, Jeffrey Dahmer
Yeah,
ate people,
I know.
and they didn't consider him criminally
That's
insane.
crazy.
You have to
He ate people.
In
Hear me out.
I mean, in all reality, there are people that would love
You
to
have
fuck
to
him.
be.
So
You have to. There's
A lot of
two.
people.
There's
A
two
lot of
automatic levels.
women.
If you
Bitches
have an
want-
IQ
Yo, they
under
want that
60,
shit
And that's MR.
down their throat.
automatically.
That's where your
Yeah.
thing is. That's where your.
If you have an
repercussion
IQ of
is.
under 60, automatically, and also if you're not able to aid in your defense of your.
And if you don't see
Yeah.
like
Now,
the
what does
wrong
that
in it,
mean?
too.
Yeah.
you
what they
have
have to
to.
see.
You have to be able to help your lawyer defend you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it
have
could be anything. Not that you have to know the
You
law.
have to have like a capacity of like
To be like-
what I did was wrong and like. And
Well, if
should
you
be able to
say that,
understand it.
if you even know that you did it wrong, then you're
Yeah, you're
automatically
already-
not going to be
No.
criminally insane is very hard. I mean,
gotta
the
be
person who
crazy
killed
like Ann
shot
Durfee.
President Reagan.
Why'd you have to point
did
at me
that.
so hard?
I'm not pointing at
I mean,
anyone.
That was a
Figure it out,
strong.
bro.
That was a strong
No.
point.
There you
That was a
go,
really
Taylor.
strong point.
He's like, you know, you're slow enough, but did you think
He
it
said-
was wrong?
I saw it.
I said it real
Just
slow,
fucking
didn't I?
think.
He said, "Look at your eyes."
Figure it out,
He threw it
bro.
out there.
But
I
no,
see it.
let's get back to the diagnosis. So you're in a place. Do you see young people that go to your facility, And do you see them maybe, how long you been there, Tysh?
This place, like 5 years.
Okay, been 5 years. You've been in the field for a while?
Oh, no, I've been in the field since I was like 20.
Wow, so 50.
Wow,
I'm not going to age you.
You must be
Like 5 years.
While.
You must
She's
be
been in there for 5
dumb
years, bro.
as hell.
You're pretty dumb as fuck.
No. Listen,
She's
Tysh.
new, guys.
Nah, someone told me
She
that.
doesn't belong
for real.
here.
So you've been in this field for a while, so you've, even from the start when you did, interning or whatever you did, have you seen anybody go to these facilities and they come out and be normal? I mean, I hate to say normal.
Okay.
That's a bad word.
No, when I worked at inpatient, I did have a few kids slip through, yes. I had a few like teenagers slip through where they realized like they done fucked up when they got to where I was at because it was like the big dogs. And so they saw like real crazy, and then they calmed down like quick, and then they
They should be let out right away because that proves they don't belong there.
You have to go through your treatment plan though, and they did. Like
I mean, they fucked around hard enough to get there.
Exactly.
They better get out.
Exactly.
They
You
must
have
get
to-
money.
No.
This facility must get
You do
money.
get
It's
no, but you have
insurance.
to fuck around hard to get sent to the facility. You have to.
You have to get fucked. If
can't
that
just,
kid
like,
was
tread
normal,
lightly.
like wasn't
I
out on the
fucked around a little bit when
Nick,
I was
do you know
younger.
how
and,
crazy
like,
I was as a
You
kid?
would never have been sent there.
Yeah,
Me too.
exactly. No,
Like,
you
we
gotta
fucked
show
around.
out.
Think about it though.
Hard.
You have to
gotta
show the
well,
fuck out. Yeah.
fuck somebody. You have
Yes.
to bend
Really?
someone over and tell them to call you daddy.
I got to
get
read
sent there.
their
Sit down and
books
talk
when,
about it
like,
later.
yeah, to see the reasons why they got there. Like,
Off
yeah,
record.
You don't want to
they
do
did-
that.
they
I
did
do.
it
You'll be messed up.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
I mean, because in my time,
I've seen some shit.
obviously, when I was younger, they thought I was crazy. They really did, but they found out I had concussions and stuff because I would do crazy things. And then even when I, went to prison, they'd say, you're a psychopath, you're this,
They said that when you. Who's they?
Oh yeah, psychiatrist in the prison.
No way.
So why couldn't you do criminally insane?
What was your
Because they're just trying to help. You know what they tried to do to me?
What?
To try to put me on Thorazine.
That's a super sad.
Is that like when?
That's in the booty juice.
Yeah.
That's a what?
That's in the booty juice, I think.
No, in your butt?
Yeah, one of the
No. It's a pill.
He said, "Not me,
Thorazine.
not me."
But one of the
Not me.
No, booty
No,
juice.
no,
An
she's right,
inpatient,
she's right.
an inpatient. The kids turn up, right?
Yeah.
And they get a thing called booty juice, right? And
Yeah.
it's like a mixture of like 4 things, and they get a shot in the leg and they're like, ugh, and they power down.
Well, Thorazine
that was
is
They power down.
No, they do. They're
They
like,
He's right.
legitimately power down.
and yeah,
No,
and
it's
they
a
like
thing.
melt. Yeah. No, it's
Thorazine
like
is
sleep, yeah.
actually, we used to call it, you'd see guys who get it in prison, we used to call it the Thorazine shuffle because they couldn't even lift their legs.
Is that when
And
they were
I
like?
didn't take it.
Right?
Huh?
Gideon?
Who?
Gideon or something?
Gideon.
No, not the YouTuber.
And then there's some other ones. Yeah. No,
Oh, there's a couple of different, yeah,
And if
absolutely.
they're takedown, they said you talk them down or you take them down.
Gideon.
And they try.
No, literally.
They tried to get
Talk 'em
people to
off
take,
that.
and I think they do a lot of that just to keep the place, to put more people on that stuff before you know it.
I mean-
the
So it
place-
wasn't a pill; it was a shot.
Thorazine. No, they had a pill
The
for
pill,
Thorazine.
and they made you like.
I didn't take it, but
You,
they
like,
do that. You go to what they
power
call
down.
pill
Like,
line.
stretch your tongue.
It's a
In
shutdown.
prison, you go to pill line. They'll have pill line 3 times a day.
And they make you show
4
the
times a
tongue.
day.
and, like-
To make sure you swallowed
And
it.
then they
That's
put you
real?
out, and they're like in the morning, they have
Throw it
one at
back.
12, one at 4, and one at
You had 3?
8. 4 pill
You
times.
did?
You were with some
No, not me.
crazy mother.
Not
But
me.
that was the time.
We only had
allotted.
2. We had like one in the morning, one at night, and then some kids had it in the afternoon.
No, we had
in lockdown.
4
we had
days.
maybe 3.
Well, because they call it pill line because there's certain people who need diabetic
Four? They turned the
medication.
fuck down?
Hey,
No,
I said-
because people need diabetic medication.
Oh, okay.
It
for,
doesn't
like,
have to be
medical.
just.
Okay, yeah.
So
for
when you
something like
were dealing in Devereaux, so like crazy situation, how would you restrain somebody that were coming at you? Like in
Oh,
all
good.
reality.
That's a good question.
Like in all reality.
They say
Let's
criminally
say I
insane are really
Let's say
strong.
you try to make me take a
No,
pill
I know. Yeah,
and
yeah.
I pop off.
Well, you have to do a training so that
Tish
you're.
gets bit.
You have to do a training so
She
that
gets
you can like restrain people without hurting
Safely,
them and whatever safely, so
obviously.
that your ass is covered. 'Cause
How is that? How do you do
whenever
that?
They say
a
they
hold,
have superhuman
whenever a hold
strength.
happens,
They do.
DCF comes and like I saw it because
100%
like
they do.
a 12-year-old girl would have she'd be like a 1-to-1 where like she had to be with like a full-sized male, but like we'd have her with like 2 arms length males, and then when we went in like we call it supine where the kid's like on the floor with
That bitch
like,
was big.
2 people over the legs, 2 people over the arms on the floor. It would be like 4 grown ass men, and the kid would like, I swear, and I'm not just like saying it.
No, that's
but
how
the
they-
kids
No,
would,
because,
they would
like-
like glaze over, and you'd be like, oh my We're like, we don't
You're
need
like, they're
anything. We need a
gone.
priest. Yeah.
They're gone.
And then they
saw
would
it.
have superhuman strength, but that's why we would be able to call like the doctor, and there's cameras that like it's such a
And they
lockdown
shoot them up,
facility.
right? Don't they?
They shoot him in the thighs, yeah.
No,
and then we had like on the unit we had to do 15-minute checks on the unit, and then we had like the lockdown room where like you could just observe. That's it.
Yeah, prison has that too. It's called
Like a-
torture.
Yeah.
Like the shoe, but it's like a one person thing.
No, the shoe. We have in the shoe. I was in the shoe for 3 years. They have a shoe. In the shoe, they also have another room.
For no
it's called the
reason.
4-point room. They will literally
never in
strip you
there for no
naked
reason.
and put you 4-point.
You're stripped
But- because
naked
they were
for
on, like,
no
suicide
reason.
watch or
Larry.
what?
No,
Just
because you went crazy
No
or did
reason-
something.
yeah.
Okay,
and
but
they'll-
no, I'll
and
give
they'll
him this.
strap you
It's
to a
it's
flat
for a
bed.
reason for sure. But the
why
way
were
he
you
was,
naked and restrained if you
The
weren't
way he
on
got in
suicide
there
watch
was
and you weren't
fucked
in
up.
danger?
You weren't on suicide watch because you did something. You might have flooded
okay,
your
guys,
cells.
can I-
Your fight.
So you
Hey, can I
flooded
explain
yourself
it?
so you're naked? Why?
Can I
No,
explain
they
it?
come in.
Can I explain it,
No,
please?
I mean,
No,
we're
but
getting
I'm just
nowhere. We're
saying
going
from
nowhere.
a psych thing.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
I'm like that doesn't
Can I
sound
explain
right.
it
Doesn't
really
make any
quick?
sense.
No, that's
Can
like
I
mistreatment.
try to explain it, even if it's wrong? Can I try to explain
ahead.
it?
Ooh,
okay.
I'd like to hear this.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
what I've learned in the past year, because I knew nothing about prison. So now what I've learned in the past year is that he was put in the hole
Okay.
by himself or with someone. Were you by yourself,
Both.
right?
Both times.
At this time, maybe he was by himself.
Both
okay.
times.
He did it for an infraction. He misbehaved. He got put in there.
But
Yeah.
was the behavior dangerous?
Yeah, that's what
Most
I'm trying to figure
likely.
out.
No,
No.
to go in the hole
No, no, no.
originally.
What'd you do to get in the hole?
Yeah, what'd you do?
I told.
Talk back.
No.
I
Let him-
You talked back.
I told them to go fuck themselves. They killed that guy.
Okay.
No,
you
here.
were put away for contempt because they didn't want you to fucking talk on that
Guys,
shit, bro.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get to that.
Sorry.
Literally,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
am.
I'm saying
trying
as
to
a
get
mental
to
health
that.
professional, that's
So
not
there,
right.
Hold
right
on,
there.
I'll tell you.
So
All right,
right there.
I'm backing off.
So
I'm
you
backing
got
off.
put in the hole because they thought you needed to be there. Cool. We can even throw. He attacked a guard.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I did that once.
So he attacked.
As
so
you should.
regardless.
That would get-
They
'cause
hussy.
you're
Yeah,
being
we can have that
dangerous. Yeah.
standpoint. We can
Yeah.
have any type of standpoint.
Yeah.
But once he gets put in the hole, your mind does switch.
You can't.
You
You're by
start-
yourself for too fucking
You
long.
start
Well,
to
you're
go
not
crazy.
supposed to, yeah.
So
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
they have every right, quotations if you're listening, I'm throwing quotes. They have every right to be like, "Oh, he's acting out.
Criminally
We need to
insane.
fucking
Yeah,
4-point him now." Even though clearly it's your fault to quotations.
I mean,
but
I've
you're
seen
also
it.
The reason you're there
put-
doesn't mean why you act out afterwards, though.
No, but you're put there, and then you start. To,
First of all, they've
your
proved
mind
that
starts to warp.
isolation.
Yeah, no,
It starts to
yeah,
war.
it
Worst
starts
thing you can
going.
do.
And then they're like,
It's so bad
"Oh,"
for human- like,
and then they
no.
don't take that into consideration. They're like, "Oh, now
The
he's
whole
just."
They're like, the bads are bad.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that on some shows.
Yeah.
That obviously it's.
Was my take right or
I'm
no?
anti
You're
that.
close.
No, I completely understand
That
that,
was my
situation.
take. So regardless,
Because-
even if he did something wrong or right, once you're in that white room with a light and nothing to do,
It's all punishment.
Hey,
Do you know-
regardless,
do
they
you
put you in
know
there. They put you in there
for us to use
regardless
punishment
of what you
procedures
do.
in ABA?
If they
They
want
can.
you in there, if they want you in
like
there, they're going to
frowned
find a
upon.
reason
You
to
can't.
put you in there.
100%.
And
You got to go
then
through like
stuff.
every positive thing, and then like
You don't
get
have a
parent approval
voice.
before you
Never.
can- and then
no.
prison, like,
They say you're a free man in jail. You're never a free man.
Who
in
said
jail.
that?
Who said
They,
that?
No.
Who?
They,
Show me
they
the one
do.
person who said
Who
that.
said that?
No. But in all
Quote
reality,
him.
What about a
Anybody.
fighter?
you're
We're
not
fighting
a
her.
free man in jail.
No.
That's what I just heard.
Never.
You're not even a
Never.
free
Who
said
person
it?
out here.
You have no say. You have no say in what happens in there. So
But
the
that's-
fact that you got put in something off of a he said situation,
Or even if he attacked a guard
even
manager,
if he did anything,
once
you're put in like.
No, what happened?
No,
Listen,
for
but you
throwing
guys are
hands,
missing
yeah,
the point.
yeah.
You want to talk about we were going with her kids. Prison is a whole different animal
Her
because
kids
one,
are completely
No, we were-
different.
no,
than
they
yeah,
don't
we were
have a
talking
voice.
about the whole-
Nobody knows what's going
I was talking
on.
about
No,
the
like
whole-
Yeah.
Did you know a United States senator or a congressman in this country that's 535 of the most powerful people, the
Yeah.
legislative branch of the United States government,
That tweet just got
435
fucked in the
congressmen,
Senate.
100 senators, and did you know not one of them could just go into a prison and say, I want to inspect it?
not even the twink.
Really?
They cannot do that.
They're not allowed
I
to.
Nope,
guess
they
my
are not
joke didn't
allowed.
hit.
Why?
They've been refused to go in many times.
Question.
Senator can't
That was
go.
the question
No.
I asked Tish. I was like,
Why?
is there
'Cause,
somebody
'cause
that's
you don't
a?
want them to see how
Is there
it's going.
someone?
Security. They have a catchphrase in
Yeah.
prison for anything that goes wrong. When they have no answer, they say, for the safe and orderly running of the institution, I am not going to give you recreation. I am not going to feed you. I'm not going to get your medical care. Whatever it is, they have that word. And I've sued the prison. I've had laws change.
Yeah, he's jerking off and sued him.
And
that's some G shit.
Did you win?
Larry was
Right?
Larry was beating his meat and then sued him for it.
What was that?
The way he
That was
said
great.
it. The way he said it.
That's some G shit.
So
Come on, let's give some
I
props.
asked Tysh,
Let's
I
give
was
some
like,
props.
Beat that meat.
So let's put in perspective.
nobody?
The place you're working, like
Okay.
when you're working
I
at
did,
a
though.
place, if it's
I
up
get-
to code in ethical sense.
Wait, what?
Can somebody
I don't know what we're
walk
talking
into
about.
your place, like in an ethical sense, walk into your place and say
Hers
hers? Because we were talking
Who's
about the
the person?
children. We were talking about children.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say they were to walk into you, somebody that's either equivalent to what you do or a little higher, if there is a thing. No.
No.
Can they walk
Wait.
into
You
the
are
place?
higher to go in to look at, is this an ethical teaching?
What are we talking about?
Yeah,
No, you were talking about
I was
children.
I was talking about a grown man beating his meat.
Yeah, no, I steered.
You're saying
I
like
didn't
who's
hear
the
that. I
boss of
steered
that
right off.
to be like this isn't okay?
So we were
No,
talking
but
about
what
the
were you saying?
children.
So-
We were talking about the children, and we moved forth on to. Oh God, my brain! Wow, you said
You
beating
cut
his
us-
meat, and you fucking.
No,
fucked
you
me
have a point.
up.
I just want you to.
Yes.
I want to know
I
the
did
point.
have a point because before I heard the beating of the meat, it was ethical on children. That's what I heard.
Listen, I have a question. Who
Sorry,
is the
sorry. I'll
oversight
back
for
out.
your
Let's
I'll
have
back
Larry
off. We're
talk.
backing
Hold
off.
on, hold on for that.
Yeah.
Who oversees your facility?
Meow.
I'm a contractor, so I oversee all my
Meow.
clients.
I'm so
No, I
sorry.
didn't.
There's someone who
There's
owns it, but
somebody
that's it.
oversees the facility.
Meow.
No, there's someone who owns it. That's
I
it.
do.
I know, but somebody oversees that person who holds the license.
No.
Yes.
We all hold
No.
our own licenses.
No, that's where I was trying to get
Larry.
to.
You're telling me right
I have
now.
my
Larry.
own LLC.
Okay.
I can literally pick up kids. and
I
just have them
didn't
as my
say
own.
that.
Not that part.
Who has the authority, whether it's the governor, the DCF,
Above
or
us?
whoever?
Oh,
Yes.
like our board? Our
No,
board.
no, I don't care if it's the
no,
board or
our
not.
board- no,
Somebody-
we have one. Like we do. It's out of Colorado.
Okay, forget your
It's all
Colorado board.
Colorado.
Let me ask you a
No,
question.
that's exactly
No, they're
your
our ethics
question.
board.
That was
Yeah,
your
Larry.
question.
Yeah. No, we have an ethics board in Colorado.
boss-
If you do anything, it goes to Colorado, and they.
Let me
fucking
ask you a
come after
question.
That
right
was your
now, if I
question,
have a
though.
child in that place, and I find out
You tell
that
my boss, and then you
Larry.
tell
hold
the
on,
board.
no. Forget the boss. I find out that you're beating that kid.
Something just happened
Hold
like
on.
that.
Hold on.
Did you hear
hold
about
on.
it?
Now, see, Morty's agrees. So now, somebody's beating that kid. I went to your facility and you go, oh, we'll look into it. And I go, whoa, this ain't happening. I'm going to my senator. I'm going to the
She
DCF.
just told you.
Who?
She just told
No,
you.
there has to be somebody above that board, Nick. They're
No.
not gonna. They don't have authority
So
over
I've
kids.
worked-
They're
I've-
not the government.
So
They're
I worked
a
across
private
everything.
business.
You would literally go, like, you would report it, so it would end up being like a DCF thing.
Okay,
and then
see,
you
that's
would
what I'm
literally-
asking
And then,
you.
no, you go to DCF, and then you go to the board.
What I'm
just
getting
told-
at,
That's
if
our ethics
DCF
board.
wants to come in there and inspect
That's for
that
child
place,
welfare, and then you're going to go to the board to go after my license.
forget your life. Who
Who
inspects
owns
that
the
place?
board?
The board, and like,
No, somebody.
nobody inspects it. Like,
So nobody. And that's
like
hard
we get
to
like the fire department makes sure it's fire safe and we don't have too many people or anything blocking the doors.
There is
And other than that, nobody
legally
comes
trained.
in. No, nobody comes in.
You have nobody who gives you a yearly inspection on the kids and looks
No,
through your
about
books or
about
that-
treatment. No,
Nobody. So you have.
Explain the Colorado
People do
thing a
not
little
come
more.
in. to check on it.
I'm going to look into
Do
it
people-
deeper because
They
you're not
don't.
the government.
No,
These are
they're
private
not.
business.
Insurance, like
How could a
insurance
private-
audits our notes and that's
That
it. But if
part.
nothing gets picked up, then nobody comes to check on us.
No, if I filed a complaint right now
Yeah.
to somebody,
Because you have a kid there.
go whatever.
No, not
Regardless.
whatever. What is the you have a kid there?
Okay, I don't care. I heard.
And all you can do is
I
call
heard
DCF
that
or
kids
call the
are being
board.
beaten.
Okay.
Don't you guys remember?
That's it.
See, you guys are too young. There was a case with a facility like this, and they had a bunch of young kids were getting raped and beaten, and they ended up having mega investigations come into the place and everything else like that. So it's not like
That's what
nobody.
she's
They're not
saying
the
is-
government. I'm saying they're not. They don't have guns.
Okay, so
nobody's
can I?
gonna come in.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll mitigate this whole conversation. He wants to know at what point does the government come in and
or
check
somebody
on you?
from the state
I don't know
government
because
or the.
just recently, an allegation that was, I think it might have been a few years old, came up in Rockledge with someone, a practitioner that we knew, about the kids and like inappropriate practices with the kids. And I think Ivy stepped in because he announced it
Sheriff.
on his thing.
Oh.
Yeah, he announced that like, oh, we got the person.
Because they don't
and
have
this
any
thing
authority.
happened.
That's why they're a civilian
But
organization.
That's
so
the only thing
the
that it
sheriff
got
can
up
come in
to.
there.
So
that's
the answer. Is if it is illegal,
Anybody can.
It's
is
gonna
what the answer
yeah,
is.
it's gonna go DCF
If it's
to the
illegal,
board for
you're gonna
unprofessional.
go to
No, what I'm
the
saying
law.
is
We'll go
anybody.
criminal.
See, in the
Yeah.
Bureau of Prisons,
No, that's the
nobody
si-
can come in. They are the government.
No, we understand that.
That's understandable.
We get
But
that.
insurance
yeah.
won't
But
come
also
in.
not
Like individual
understandable.
insurance companies.
Who?
Whatsoever. The fact that nobody has a delegation outside of the prison. Only inside
She's
the
saying
prison
that
has
no one-
delegation. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Let me tell you what they have. They have a thing they call it the ACA, the American Accreditation Association. It's all bullshit.
It is.
'Cause they-
No,
what they-
I don't even care about it.
Yeah, what they do is it's
You
their
guys
own
are still
people, and they come in and they'll give them 2 weeks notice.
Some of them.
And
Some
then they
of them.
hide the people
Some
in
of
the
them.
hole that
There's
they're
a-
abusing,
talking shit.
and they put the people in the hole they're abusing in a corner cell. I watched it happen, and there's ways to fix that. I have that, but unless they want to be fixed, this is the government. We're talking to the reason I asked you about your stuff. There's oversight boards, like people, like you said, an Ivy or law enforcement or DCF or even the governor could come in and say, shut that down right now.
Yeah.
They can't do that to the federal government. The
Which they
president,
need to.
maybe. I don't know.
And yeah,
You know,
And you have a little system to fix it, and that's probably one of the biggest ones. Is just have an outside
Exactly.
source come
I'm
in.
happy
For us,
to
nobody
see.
has eyes on our facilities, and the
That's-
clients aren't capable of
Exactly.
reporting anything that's happening at these facilities.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
know as well as I do how many employees you have.
And they don't report it.
How many employees you have there? 50?
No, less than that. Maybe
How many
in the teens. 15?
How many children?
Maybe 15 kids. Maybe 15.
Only 15 kids, so you got one-to-one
No,
ratio.
All the
but you have
places
to
are pretty
realize
small.
she
What I'm
deals
getting
with
at,
high
there's
properties.
people there who will blow a whistle.
The kid. No,
Oh, you don't think so?
Never.
I know so.
No,
You
they
don't think it? But they have whistleblowers in every organization in the
They
world.
fucking should.
Not in.
If I knew that they were
stop.
using a
I
kid,
wish
you don't
there
think I'd
were.
blow the whistle?
No, I
No,
wish they were.
Larry, okay, I get where you're coming from, yes, but you also have to be like, where she's coming from is that they're all best friends. So maybe there's not one.
Listen, I watched
You
the
know?
mob crumble.
No.
Yeah, we all
It's
did.
not. These
So
are
every
literally-
they're
all
all-
the gangs. What
And
do they do?
99% of them were
I mean,
rats.
And there's
What are the
nothing,
gangs
there's
do?
nothing spicy happening at that level.
There's
At
nothing,
inpatient,
like, nothing's
there
that
might be like
spicy.
maybe.
Here's
we
the
had a-
thing: the best thing that they're gonna cover up is like a broken arm.
No, like maybe they had like a gangbanger of a client. Like literally, they would maybe at
Yeah.
like Devereux or somewhere or another inpatient place that like attacked staff, and maybe the staff didn't like do the holds entirely kosher. And then DCF goes, but then DCF's gonna interview all the staff, and what are the staff gonna say?
Okay, I think I can get to.
They're not
I
gonna
think
be
I can
like,
get to the
yeah.
bottom of it.
Hold on.
I think I can
Cameras?
get. No, I
You're
think I
done.
can get to the.
No,
I
but there's
think.
always blind spots in the bedroom. and the
We know
bathroom.
that. We know
Oh,
that.
Larry!
So where
Larry
the
knows
holes
about blind
happening,
spots.
Larry?
He knows
That's
about
why
blind
you stab
spots.
people.
Yeah.
But if you try staff and Millie,
Okay.
you know it's going to go down in the bathroom or in the bedroom because that's where there's no cameras.
So I think
See,
I
if
can
it-
get to the bottom of this really quick. Okay. So who was involved if a kid falls down and breaks their arm and the parent knows, no one says anything, and the kid goes home with a broken arm?
You submit an incident report. That's all you do.
And now who takes? Okay, but say
Who
you-
investigates that?
No,
You
say you
literally
don't.
write
Say-
down,
okay, but
Johnny broke his arm at 12 p.m. and the
no,
parent
but
signs it,
say
you
you
sign
didn't
it.
know, and they don't know how to tell you.
But that's the
and
problem
they
is
cry.
that they have to watch
We
them.
have- yeah,
20
we're
There's
one-to-one.
eyes on these kids
I'm
24/7.
I'm literally
The
telling you
staff has
a
a-
real situation with two real kids at your.
I know.
Yes.
And
I've
like-
heard about things.
So what happened
I
there?
know about that. I can't report about that, but it literally was. If something happens to a kid, you're supposed to document it and tell the parent. And if it's not documented properly, then some things might happen.
It's like watching a
That's
soap
what
opera.
I think he went.
Everything
What are
needs to be
the some
documented.
things that say the kid went home with a broken arm and nobody documented it and it happened? Where does the parent go to? Who does the kid?
Hopefully,
man,
if
the lawyer.
it
If the
wasn't,
parent chooses to pursue it,
Isn't
you
that
would
the
go to a
question?
lawyer.
I would go to
You'd
a
have to go to
lawyer.
DCF
Yeah, I
and a
would
lawyer.
fully
Yeah.
So
sue
that
them.
is the
Lawyer.
answer
Sue
to the
and make a
question.
lot
We're
of
done
money.
here,
all my
right?
money. Yeah.
I would take all their money.
You have to
Fucking
take
give
it
it all
up
to
on
me.
that kind of
That's
level.
it.
Yeah.
That is the
No,
answer.
Yeah.
So that's the answer.
Yeah,
is that the
100%.
parent has to take legal action against the company?
Sure, they have to
I
know
mean,
what
if I
happened.
was
No
a
one's
parent, I
coming
would take
in.
legal
Somebody
action.
has to know
no.
what happened, Nick.
But
That's what I'm saying.
in all reality, when it comes, let's put in perspective. I'm sorry. I'm gonna toot my girl's own horn. That woman is the most tedious woman.
We're not talking about her.
I'm
No,
just
in that
saying,
case,
an aspect.
in that case that we're not
Yes,
going to really
exactly.
reference,
I'm
it was
putting it
not
in
documented
perspective.
properly and it
Yes.
wasn't reported
Okay.
properly.
Yeah,
It was not.
exactly.
And that I knew how to get to the end
That's
of the
all that
question.
was. Yeah.
Was now.
I literally.
That's the
you want to
question.
know what happens
Listen,
if you
your
don't.
if your kid
yeah.
collides with a kid at whatever recess and I see that kid eat shit, right? And I'm just like, wow, that kid fucking ate shit just now.
You document it.
I document it and then I go out it, like I already texted the parent and then I'll go out at dismissal and be like, yo, your kid ate shit. This is what happened. They bumped foreheads. You might see a mark here or there. I don't know, but just like watch for it because the kid might have a bump tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I want to cover my ass. And like, why not? It's not a big deal. And then it falls on you if you don't want to talk about it or report it.
That's all I was trying. That's the end of it.
That's all it
too.
is, yeah.
That's the answer of your question, Larry. The third party is literally taking law.
No, I mean, my answer to the question was who oversees the facility, and that's anybody.
Yeah, nobody-
It's
yeah.
law enforcement.
Yeah. So
I mean,
the
it's
parent,
anybody.
the parents have
There's
to go take
they
legal
don't have
action.
the protection like the government
Yes,
has.
that's what I'm trying. That's what I got to.
It's a
is-
private agency.
No, I'm saying
Your
it's nothing.
parent-
It's a business. They
Well,
don't
because
care.
exactly, it's insurance, so it's private.
It's like who oversees us here?
Yeah.
Exactly.
The cops, everybody.
If you do something to me and I can't, the only person I can go to is law
cops.
enforcement.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's the same thing.
And it's upsetting because in all reality,
Let's
those
get
kids deserve a little
into.
more.
Well, listen, who?
Sorry.
No, hold on. What happens in my again? I think a lot of these places, and I'm not knocking your place at all, Tysh, is a lot of these places are good, but a lot of these places are money hungry, and a lot of these places want.
I mean,
kids
yeah,
in
you
there
can say the
to
same
make
thing
a
with
lot of
nursing
money.
homes. You know,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
all-
No,
absolutely.
anything that
Healthcare,
deserves
period.
money and is on Medicaid,
Yeah.
anything's gonna
Yeah,
make
if
profit
they
where
get
they
money,
can.
they get
it's-
insurance.
If
Any insurance
insurance
provider.
if insurance is involved,
Oh, you're gonna
here.
make
Yeah,
money however you make.
right off the bat, insurance is involved. Oh, keep him another week. He's not ready. You know what I mean? What the
He's
hell?
good.
They
But
do that
it's
in
hard.
hospitals.
He
It's
didn't
hard
shit
to
his
get
pants
insurance.
today.
For us, it's not easy to get
I
insurance
love the quote.
services.
I do it because if you're watching,
Again,
you can see
I
it.
don't know the legality and how it
You
goes
see
and
it.
who's
You never know.
qualified to do all of that. I'm sure there's.
Oh,
there's
Well, insurance
wow.
wants to
Look
cut
at
your
that.
hours.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's a man.
But once you got good insurance and people, let's face it, it's like a hospital. If I go to the hospital right now, they want to keep me because I got really good insurance.
That's not how it is in our field, though.
No,
Certain military insurance pays the best, but if
she's crazy.
if the kid's
I'm
not
muting
bad,
her.
then no.
Look, I got my button right here. She's all right. She can do her.
No, I'm just no. I think it's it's kind of. Listen, I just look at that and I always wonder who is the people that have this authority to take kids and put them in jail in its own way.
I agree with that.
Can
Okay,
you
so-
let them out?
Now, listen here.
Can you,
Oh.
if you get a
No.
kid in there, right?
I was gonna tell you my own
You've been in the
experience.
field for 15 years.
I was-
You've been in the
I
field.
was locked
Can
up.
you say to your boss, this kid don't belong here?
I mean, it's technically my client, so I can recommend that they're discharged. Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
In the past, I have. Yeah. If my kid meets master criteria for discharge, yeah.
What does that mean? Master criteria.
For me, I was raised that we're in the business of losing business. So you want your kid to do good so you can get rid of them and get a new kid. Some people want to hold on to kids so that you just constantly have clients and
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah. But no, I always report obviously factual data. So if the kid's doing well, then I say they're doing well. And if their hours get cut good, that's good for them. And if if that's not compatible with the company's views, then it's not. But
I have a question. Now, the people who own this is private people?
yeah, people, yeah.
I mean, a private company owns it.
Most of them are privately
Okay.
owned, yeah.
Do they have to have a medical director and all that?
No, but I do think, I don't know if it's required yet, but they're trying to up, I think if you have a mental health professional on board, and
I mean, you'd think they'd have
I think
to have something.
I think they're making it harder to have these places, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of we're so quick to give medications. We're so quick to institutionalize people or even incarcerate them. That's where the United States is really failing around the world. And that's just numbers. I'm not even going to talk about the rights or wrong. The United States has more people incarcerated than every other country, not even counting per capita, the actual straight numbers. And I think about that. That's crazy. And when you look at that and you say to yourself, okay, where are we going wrong? Obviously, our laws and cops and the individuality of a district can go and arrest somebody anytime they want. I mean, what evidence they really have to have? Believe me, I did the law for so many years, for 10 years. I could tell you I saw stuff that's such bullshit. And I said, Jesus, Christmas trees, what are they doing to people? Usually lower economic, usually African-American, usually people who come from neighborhoods that don't have the money for a lawyer or a good lawyer. And they get buffaloed, and they get first of all, they get pushed into a plea deal for 2 or 3 years. So that's what happens. The what? The what?
Keep going. We're muted.
No, I'm just
But what I really do, this podcast I really do like is because we're comparing two things.
Well,
that are really
that's,
serious.
I'm comparing,
and like putting them into being like they're kind of the same thing.
That's what I'm saying.
That's, no, really,
these kids are in a
like,
lockdown facility, correct?
No, yeah, no, the doors are locked.
So
they cannot
have
leave.
guards in the place.
Well, like the place that I'm at right now is like locked, but when I've been in like a
The doors
traditional
are
lockdown
locked.
facility,
Like
yeah,
Devereaux, I know that.
you like everybody. They don't leave the campus. You have to like get through like one door to get into like the main area, and then you
Sure.
gotta get into like another door to get in the actual like.
Yeah, it's a Sally Port,
unit,
they call them.
yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta-
it's prison.
Yeah, it's like a kid prison. And then like eat there. They have like the therapist there, the psychologist,
Yeah,
There we
the
go.
doctor.
And you know those
She
places-
said it right. It's
Everything.
kid prison.
It's
And those
But
places.
here's the thing:
Baby
it's,
jail.
it's not. But they need to be there. They cannot.
Well, I know, they're
those are
not
the
there
same
just for,
kids.
like- they're not
But
there
here's
for
the
just
thing.
being like, no, I don't wanna do this.
We'll shoot back to what you said. Are the diagnosis higher nowadays? Yes, that's because people know what's going on. Back then, the same kids that are in her facility were in grade school with you, and you.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying
Some
you.
of them, yeah.
I'm not saying. no, Yeah, most.
It's evolved a little
I'm not
bit,
saying you did, but you probably did. Everyone there was bullying those kids and like really giving those kids hell
Yeah.
because they didn't need to be there, and everyone knew it. Even the kids bullying them were like, "You're different." Yeah, they are. They shouldn't fucking be here.
But I feel like a lot of that was like the like peaceful, chill ones. Like to
What do
get
you
into
mean?
inpatient, you're like you're kind of
you're
raising
telling
hell.
me. Oh, you're telling me none of those kids that were in or.
If you're just
Alleged.
peacefully vibing to your, the beat of your own drum, it's fine. If you're like vibing,
What is fine? It should be out of there.
No, if you're violent or like reckless or you're hurting people or yourself, then you'll get put in inpatient.
So
But if you're just,
it's like so the people that come to
it's gonna be extreme.
there
yeah.
is there it's physical.
It's like a big. I think the only thing we didn't accept back in there was like pyros.
Yeah, they don't want to
So
burn the
to
place
be
down.
that
Have you ever been attacked?
no, I really have a question. Like I really I really have questions.
Like
that
not
I-
bad though. No, I've like been like attacked in the sense of like, yeah, did a kid pursue me? But like I think the kid was like super sedated. I never had any like the bad kids pursue me because I was on like good terms with everybody.
One other question, and I'll let him continue his. Is have you ever been? Have the kids in these facilities ever made weapons?
Like
Especially
little shanks?
Devereaux.
Oh
I
yeah.
bet, yeah.
I've seen children.
I
make,
love that question.
I had a client before in like a charter school that made like a shank out of like the Play-Doh knife, which was hilarious.
Dried
to
it
me.
and everything. Let it dry out. He waited 3 weeks for that shank. He put it
But,
in
like,
the corner.
I could try to make things.
So they do have weapons.
Well, I mean-
do they get shaken down?
Yeah, the like sharps are like locked. Everything's locked up. So like back in like I don't think
Do their cubbies
kids
get
use CDs
searched?
nowadays. Back then they'd have like CDs in their cubby, and it was like if you
lunchboxes get
forgot
searched.
to like check that CD back in by afternoon, it would be like a shard of a CD, and they'd be like yeah, like trying to stab you with it. Yeah,
I love it's the same shit.
I don't know if we have
Prison.
like I don't think they
It's
do.
the same
Yeah,
shit.
but
It's
like,
prison.
yeah, it's kid prison, literally.
Well, you know those JIT prison. One of the worst places I've ever spoke in my life.
JIT.
They go.
JIT
One of the
prison.
worst places I've ever spoke was Indian River Correctional Institution. It was a juvenile facility for kids facing. They got sentenced to life, 50 years. Now they're 13, 14-year-old kids. I spoke at a GED class down there, and it was really sad because I'm watching kids that are 14, 15, life sentences. Now they go from that prison, and then when they hit 18 to 21, they get pushed into the bigger prisons. But those places, they're warrior camps. They call them gladiator camps actually, because these kids are, of course, their brains aren't fully mature. A male's brain doesn't mature till about 25. A woman about 23. And when you talk about that, we're putting kids whose brains are totally not even mature enough to understand a lot of this stuff, even if they're normal. I mean, men are just, the testosterone and whatever you can go, you know more than I do. And it's just blows me away that we keep doing this instead of finding better ways. And I don't know. Listen, I'm not a doctor like you. I'm not dealing with this every day. I just hate to see a prison. I'm not a prison advocate at all. So I don't like to see I said I'm not. I don't like prisons anyway. I think it's the biggest. If you look at the best countries in the world, and that's Sweden, Germany, Switzerland, they have lower crime rates, lower recidivism rate, which is going back to prison, and way lower incarceration times and everything else. And they're proving it works because they're doing something right. Whether it's reintegrating people into society, taking care of their small issues that became big.
Reform.
Rehabilitation, exactly.
Were they giving people animals? I've seen people
What'd you
get
say?
like
I didn't hear you.
People get like dogs and cats.
Is she on mute?
Well, I tried to play it off, and
I'm sorry.
I unmuted her, and then I said, "Hey, what'd you say?" It was all like trying to.
I appreciate you, but weren't they doing certain places?
They have dog programs. They have handler programs. They
to get that. Like, what do you expect to see?
Well, here's why. Yeah. The first thing I talk when I talk to families who have kids, the first they'll say, "My kid's out of line. He's crazy. He can't. He has no friends. He wants to shoot them. He wants to stab kids." The first thing I do is I say, "Do you have any animals? A dog?" Oh, he loves his dog. If I find out a kid has compassion for an animal, he's savable, I call it. He's not really out there because he
was
has,
a really good point. I've never heard
empathy.
of
he has the capacity to love, to have compassion.
Something
He's just
who
pissed
has
right now.
only
Right, it might
love
not
in
be
their
a
heart.
person at this point because
And
maybe
that's
he was
understandable.
abused. Maybe he was abused. Maybe.
But what
he
you're
had
saying
something.
is your kid's just pissed
There's hope.
right now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
He's pissed right now. He's
my
pissed
point.
off at
I think
something.
my point in the whole
he's
show
pissed
is
at
that
something.
it kind of. I love what you do because I know you're a good person. I mean that. But the facilities themselves, I find that we're so quick to either incarcerate or maybe put kids in these hospitals.
Oh.
And at that point, how much damage do you do to a kid? It really didn't need that. But he's in there. He's in there with the crazies. He's in with the real, and now he's labeled himself. He thinks he's crazy.
Well, she said
On a kid level, I don't think we accidentally get kids shuffled through there.
She said she
You
already
have
said
to
Larry.
do
She
like
already
a-
said
You don't think there was a kid in your whole place that
What
you
she
don't
deals
belong
with
there?
is not
Larry.
that.
She said.
I've never seen.
Let her
I don't think
She
I've
did.
ever
She-
came
let
across
her
a kid where I was like, "They did you dirty, kid. You don't need to be here."
She already answered this.
That's great company. That's a great company answer.
No.
No, it's true though.
No, I don't. Nah, I'm not. I don't.
Larry,
nah, I'm my own person.
Yeah.
I have not. I don't think I've seen a kid where I was like, nah.
You
They were
shouldn't
like
be.
5-star baddies if I met them. Yeah.
Have you read any good articles? Because there's a bunch of articles I'll read in the medical journals that facilities, psychiatric wards, whatever you want to call them, juvenile psychiatric wards, how abusive they can be and stuff like that. And that's what always worries me when we put authority for a doctor to put a person in there. Or see, in the criminal justice system, at least it's a judge. Now that judge is either usually elected official in the state, or in the federal system they're appointed for life. So now you have a little bit more accountability. You're talking about a doctor who might be a moron. He might be high on his own pills or whatever. What is the governing body that puts kids in prison? Call it what Nick said. It's just like a prison. So if you're going to call it that, who's that? I'm just always protective of the inmate, or I guess the inmate or the kid. I'm not saying they don't belong. I often tell Nick, I was in prison. We had 2,000 inmates in Atlanta. 880 had life, never getting out of 2,000. Now, out of that 880, 200 fight their case legally. 450 or so, they get a lover, they go to work, they literally eat, literally. And then there's another
They adapt.
they adapt. And then there's another 200 that are psychopaths. It's literally psychopaths. I
can't
never want to
adapt.
see them get out.
But wait, no.
They just can't adapt.
No, hold on.
No,
Do
they're
they adapt?
psychopaths.
But do they adapt?
No.
At
See,
all.
when
To
you
prison.
say,
Yeah.
nobody
adapt?
adapts.
Like it's just
You
not
never
a thing.
adapted.
No, here's what happens. When
Yeah.
you say adapt is a wrong word because,
Okay.
in matter of fact, the United States is the only country.
You never woke up to being like, I know my schedule.
No.
today.
I didn't say you won't handle the situation. You don't adapting. You'll adapt to everything you do, but this is not something you're going to want. Did you know the United States is the only country that will convict
So you
you for
adapted.
trying to escape?
But you
Did you know if
adapted.
you're in Germany and you escape prison,
Okay, but
they
the
don't
question,
give you more time.
No.
That's not the
Because
question.
it's a natural
You just said
reaction.
you did adapt to prison.
He's not saying adapt. He's just going
I
comfortable
made
with
it.
it.
I did whatever
made
I
it
had to do
comfortable.
to survive
You
at that
adapted,
time. Yes,
right?
but that's not adapting like, oh, I'm going to go, like you said, get a
He didn't
lover or
submit.
something.
He adapted.
No, I'm not saying that you're now happy with what's going on. I'm just saying you adapted to do the psychopaths adapt to being like, okay, it's
No.
6 o'clock, I have to wake up.
No, everybody has to go to rules. You figure out, that's Nick, but you know what they're thinking about? How to escape, how to kill someone, how to
No,
get drugs,
I get it,
or
but they
fuck
lived
somebody,
in,
or whatever.
Okay, let me break
They
it down
fake it
even
till they
more.
make it.
Let me break it down to more.
That's a good
like
word.
simply, no. So they adapted, or not? Sorry, they were contributing to general population, like they behaved.
Yeah.
Okay, so they adapted. They weren't just killing everybody.
Yeah, they were
in
like,
there
I'm
every
going
time
to
they get-
conform. This is
Now,
my
what happens
schedule.
when someone doesn't, and every time you let them out of the shoe, they fucking stab somebody?
Well, they go to another level.
that
like-
was my basic.
Okay, they have
question.
another level prison.
When they don't, those
Okay,
psychopaths
I
you're
was
talking
in.
about don't adapt.
I was in a maximum security prison. There's
stab
only one place. First of all, I had many people kill somebody, and they transfer them to another prison usually.
And then what if they killed somebody?
Again,
Every single-
that has happened, and then they go to the next level prison, which is Florence, Colorado, which
That's
is what,
above max.
That is the super. It's called a supermax.
Supermax.
And if anybody wants to Google it out there, if you Google supermax prison, it's one of the worst in the world. They are almost 1-to-1 on guards. They're in their cell 24 hours a day, 23 hours a day to get out. Lucky if they get out now. Then they even have a place called no human contact, where you won't even see a human. There's one guy who did that for 27 years.
confinement?
That's not.
It's
They're
even
considered.
worse than that?
Yeah. Well, they consider it close confinement, so they can't do things. In other words, they won't be. They
you're
won't
just
be
in a
there.
dark room that whole
Not
time.
even a dark. It could be light room. That could be worse. Actually,
Just like nobody.
you have no contact with people. Period. You're never gonna go where I can get to her.
I
and
don't
talk
think
to her.
that's like.
It's not you.
ever
Yes, but there is a point.
So that's
and there is a
when you're
point.
in
You have to do
Supermax.
something.
I
So
get
that's
it.
when
I
you're-
understand. Yeah.
So when you're in Supermax, right when you get transferred, you stab somebody else, you're just going to the shoe for your entire life, or they're going to put you in the chair?
No. They have what they call
That's
a
what I'm
step
trying to
down
figure
program.
out.
They have a step down program.
What it,
In the
have no
supermax,
idea.
in the okay, you get to a supermax. Let's say you kill 3 people, different prisons. You go into a supermax.
and then you kill someone.
You ain't gonna kill anybody there.
What?
You can't. I don't think
the
there's
You're not
anybody
gonna,
to kill.
there's
in
nobody there to
Supermax.
kill. You're
just said
alone.
that-
You're gonna
I thought
kill
you just
yourself.
said they were the 1-to-1 guards.
That means they have as many guards in that whole facility as they do inmates.
You kill a guard.
How are you gonna kill the
Yeah.
guard?
Kill him.
You can't.
It's never happened?
Not in a supermax.
Okay. Oh, so it's never happened.
Not in a supermax.
This is
They
no-
had killed them in they killed them actually in like a prison I was in, maximum security. See the
Oh, okay,
difference
no,
of
but
maximum security. I was with a lot of
Supermax,
murderers.
there's
and
literally
stuff.
no fucking way you could kill somebody.
I mean,
Except
listen,
yourself.
anything can happen. I guess it's
But
lightning can strike.
it's never
you.
happened. That's what I'm saying. It's never
Right.
happened.
No, not-
An
not in
inmate's
Colorado.
never killed somebody in a Supermax.
Not that I know of in Colorado.
Okay. We'll shout back to that. My entire prison experience is Arkham from Batman. So
Oh, okay, let's get off that.
that's why
we go to a
I've
serious.
seen the
and he
Joker
goes,
in Supermax.
Yeah,
so,
oh,
like,
yeah,
and now
okay.
you're blowing my mind that nobody
Yeah, that's
can
not,
actually
that's
do
not
anything in
the
Supermax.
that is not the way it works, Nick. And most people.
It's not Harley Quinn and
Yeah, that's
fucking
just so
Suicide
everybody
Squad.
knows why I
She
kept
doesn't
asking
get a
the same
fucking
question. That
espresso
was my
machine in
Right,
maximum
right.
prison.
Thank you.
No,
that was my whole
that's not a thing.
baseline right there. So
No, well,
Everyone was like,
all
this
I'm
kid
getting
gets-
at is there's so many ways. There's so many things in
Batman, you know?
in our society
Going.
that we are not trying enough. The United States. It saddens me that our own country talks to other countries. I can't stand it when the United States of America talks to, I don't care if it's North Korea, I don't care if it's Russia, oh, your human rights. What about us putting our own people in prison for such ungodly sentences?
Yeah, no, that's like when we're
abusing
trying to
people.
get-
It just drives me nuts. It's
Oh.
wrong. So don't ever tell me, whenever the president goes, oh, the human
Let's
rights
hop
of
on
that
the
country.
train.
Bullshit.
Yes.
What about all the people being abused in our country?
Okay, so let's hop on the same train that WNBA player got released from prison from another country, Russia, right?
For weed.
They-
For weed. Now, why do we still have people
100%.
still
Behind
there
bars with weed?
in our country? What the hell is going on?
And even to boot,
What is
even to
that?
boot to that, I didn't
then
like
you-
the way they put her in front of
You
other
always
people.
say that the same thing where it's like, oh, it's state and it's federal.
Right.
Well, if if the president releases someone from another country, is that not federal?
Is it? No, she was. That's not even federal. That's another country.
Okay, no, but what I'm saying is, isn't the president like a fed technically?
Of course he.
Okay, so
the president is the face of the country, but he honestly has no.
I get.
Wrong.
We know
You
we're
are
not
wrong.
going into that.
He
No,
has
we're
the
not
same
going
way.
into that. Stop.
The president can let anybody out of prison anytime he wants. He pardons
But he
them.
doesn't do it.
Yes, he do. Every president
Oh, my
releases
God.
hundreds.
Really?
Every year. How about Kodak
Here
Black?
we
Kodak Black was given
go,
a-
everybody. Here we go.
I don't talk about politics.
Yeah,
so, like, here we
don't go with prisons there.
I'm not.
Presidents are let out. Pardons. They do it every year.
Yeah.
Every term.
That's like his actual. This is probably. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut after this.
Cut it.
That is his only power. Is social media to be like, oh, look who I let out.
His face is his power at that point.
But
Yeah.
What are you guys crazy?
No, I understood it.
No,
That
I
is
get
not
it. I
true.
understand.
That's not his only
There's
power.
puppet
President.
masters. Is what we're trying to say. Is
Yeah.
that-
He is the man.
no, he's not.
President's the man.
You don't think the president's the man? Ask Donald Trump who he lets out of prison.
We get that, but
Okay.
not-
End of story.
he's not. The president is not the one controlling the country. Is what we're trying to say. You really think
This
that
is another show.
That's why I stopped. That's why I literally.
I was like, yeah.
And I was like, let's get back on topic. We'll do this for another show.
Don't
Yeah,
don't
that
get
part.
into it with me.
Yeah.
with politics.
Okay, well, we'll get right back to the question. My whole question is that if you say that weed is legal, it's illegal federally, and then the other word is it's legal state by state.
State by state.
Yeah.
And you know
So-
the feds could still come in and arrest you?
But yeah, it's still illegal federally everywhere, correct? My whole question is now, if the president or our government tells another country to let a person out of prison for weed, just for weed, isn't that a federal entity telling someone to, hey, it's
First
just
of all-
weed, y'all.
okay,
It's
first
just-
of all-
my question is that the feds basically let her out, the black woman out. to
No,
play back in
the feds had nothing to do with it.
But it was
That had to be within the country.
First of all, that goes through the State Department. That's whether they call it prison. It could be a CIA agent, a swap, prisoner swaps. That is not a fed. That lady, that NBA player, was not convicted in anything in the United States. She is technically, as far as the United States is
that
concerned,
is my-
a free, never convicted,
I'm not. Can you?
non-prison.
Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. Okay, so weed is legal state by state, but not federally.
What does weed have to do with it?
This is the whole question. Okay, this is literally okay. Weed is legal state by state, but not the feds. Everywhere for the feds, it's illegal. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, it's illegal.
What do you mean everywhere? In the United States?
In the United, yes, in the
so?
United States,
So?
it's illegal everywhere.
So?
That's them being like, oh, we don't like it. But on the other hand, they can talk to another country to let go a citizen for weed,
Well,
but then they won't
They can
legalize
negotiate.
it.
But
But then
Nick,
they
you're
won't
making no
legalize
sense.
it. But then the
There's-
feds won't legalize it.
There's a lot more
Even
reasons
though
they're
they're-
not legalizing it yet. But that they have treaties with other countries on a lot of stuff and narcotics. But there's more to it. I think it'll get there. But first of all, you're making no sense because you're comparing our laws to another country's laws. You know, all a person has to say is, "Hey, I was not treated fairly."
I
in
know I'm
Russia."
not comparing. No,
That's what I'm saying. How do they know?
okay.
We
but
didn't
if the
convict
feds,
that person.
if the feds really don't like weed that much to not legalize,
Now, who
any
said they
of it,
don't like it?
It's not legal, and they will.
That-
take the
listen,
money for it.
that's politics. That's the Republicans, the Democrats. They can't get along to
They're
get a
trying to
budget
figure out
straight.
how they can make money off of weed,
I get that.
and
Just
that's
like
the
prostitution.
problem.
Oh, they will.
They're trying
Prostitution.
to. They're trying to
just
figure
like
that out.
prostitution for sure.
Yeah.
But the United States
It's not
government.
making sense.
Hold on, no. Federally, Nick.
Am I or no?
No, because
I
let me
want
explain
Tish to
it.
be like you're going. No.
Nick, federally, the government, the United States government has chosen not to pursue marijuana cases.
But they raid grow houses and take all their cash from their states.
I've not heard of a feds coming
No.
into a place. I haven't heard it.
They don't.
Maybe they
The
do,
government-
maybe they don't. I don't know. See, there's so many laws because how much weight and it's money. We can get it. That's a whole
The
nother
whole
topic.
question stemmed from me being like, "Oh, there's still people in prison."
Oh, I
for
agree with
weed,
you. I
because
think
it's
the
federal.
president should
But
actually
but the
pardon
president
everybody.
will literally be like, "Hey, that girl from another country, even though you guys don't like weed, we don't like weed. But we still have people in here for life.
That is not how
she
it
needs
works.
to come out here and be free."
That's not how it works.
That's not how that works.
And not only that's not how it works. Matter of fact, what happens in
How did it work then?
because it doesn't have anything to do with what she was put in there. It could.
So they just want their sin. So then she should be in
She's a
prison.
U.S. Hold on.
She should come back here and go
She
to
is a
prison.
United. No, she was not caught by any American entity. She is a U.S. citizen, and our rights as U.S. citizens is to have our government back us up. That's why we have consulates in every country in the world.
Right.
So if you have an issue,
they
you
didn't
go
get
to
her
that
out
consulate.
because of the weed. They got her out just because she was
She's an American.
She's American.
Okay.
She's an American, period.
That's all.
Now,
That's all.
they chose to use her because it was a bullshit. They thought a bullshit charge. But there's two other guys, the same charges before her and doing more time, and they let her out. That's my big issue.
That's literally okay. Well, now we are on the same bridge right here. So,
Listen,
like, what is?
She was a celebrity.
She
Let's call it what it
had
is.
to be used at that point.
Yeah.
Like that face needed to be used. She
my
couldn't
whole
just
question
leave
was
it.
that the feds will literally it's illegal. The feds say weed is illegal, but then they get somebody out for weed in another.
If you need to make a statement, you
It's
make a
all
statement.
just a statement. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
Someone's gotta be the face
you
of
can't. You
something.
can't go. You can't even look at it because they'll
like
get a
that
person
old guy
out
who
for
retired,
assault.
who was like,
They'll get a person who beats somebody half to death, and they'll get him out because what's the evidence that got the person? We don't have the same laws as other countries. Sadly, we have a lot harder laws than a lot of other countries. I'm not talking about third world countries or communist countries. I'm talking about regular countries. Put it this way: the United States. In the free world, Germany, Spain, Italy, France, Belgium, all of these countries from Canada, we have the hardest laws out of any country.
us?
Matter of fact, did you know the United
Out
States?
of any country in the world, Larry.
I said, I didn't say third world country. I said on a main world country. Spain,
Okay, you have to
Germany,
be
France.
very. Okay, well, you said the word out of the
You
word.
heard what I said. Right?
I heard.
So now, also what that
I'm wrong. Okay.
what that means is
I was like, we did a
Did you
video.
know the United States only up to a few years ago, the United States is the only one of 4 countries that executed youth. We are one of a lot of countries.
We're putting them bitches on the.
We did no
team?
more. It was been banned now.
When?
Maybe 10 years ago. We were
What?
killing kids,
Minor?
What state?
minors. It's just whatever state it is.
Do we?
Federal.
Hey, okay, I heard a rumor. I'm not gonna say it was a fact, but can we still do public executions legally?
Absolutely.
I knew it was
can we
real.
fucking talk about this though?
I knew it was
Like in
real.
all reality, y'all ever heard of Tyler Hadley?
No,
Who?
Tyler Hadley?
no.
Why do I know the name?
He hammered his parents to death and then threw a party afterwards.
Oh
like I
yes,
do know
in
about
Port
that.
St. Lucie.
Yeah.
And I went
Oh,
to the
I'm
party.
You did. Oh yeah. I remember that case.
Yo, I know this is really sad. R.I.P. the
I remember that
parents.
case.
R.I.P. the parents. But
All right, baby girl.
that
Bang, bang, y'all.
guy-
Did you have sex with him?
She was like,
Never.
She was like, I was so
Never.
confused why he was giving out hammers as party gifts.
Like,
I
what's all
was so
that
confused when I was
banging?
playing beer pong with all of my friends.
He gave me a hammer and told me to put my
Keep
DNA
it
on it.
down.
Yo, he told me to just sit down in this
You want me to
chair
press my
just so it
fingers
wiped
on
away
there?
his
Turn
parents'
away.
DNA.
I was wondering why we all had. There's one hammer. Everyone was just passing
I
around.
understand.
want to ask. Let's before we end the podcast
No,
here on this
seriously.
note, right, Nick?
that
Right?
way.
Not yet.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh man.
I didn't know it was
I
over.
didn't know. I thought we were
Fucking
well over an
send
hour.
it.
But okay, we're not. Nick knows. Nick is the one on the board. I just think where we got to the conversation about the government and everything we're doing, I'd love the audience to chime in with our polls that we put up on everything and ask what do they think about institutions like Tysh's where they have authority to put people in prison. I'm calling it prison.
Rebuttal.
Sorry.
It's not.
Sorry.
fun.
Tish is gonna say, after we get off
Tish is a dog.
you know what she's gonna say?
Tish is
F
a
you,
dog.
Larry.
You have to be a bad. You have to do some bad things to be there.
No, she did.
Listen, I did a lot of
It's like
bad
the
things
third
as a
time.
kid.
Basically, at I don't know, minute 14, Tish was like, "You really had to fuck around to get in
No,
there.
you do.
You really have to fuck around
not like,
to
oh,
get
wow.
in there, dude."
Nick, that might be her facility.
Yeah.
But how many facilities is not like that?
If everyone wants
I'd
do
love
their
to know what the
license,
oversight is on these facilities.
You have to
Yeah.
do it.
I'd love to know who oversights. See, here's
It's
the
the same
problem.
thing as
I'm right
nursing
there with
homes.
you,
No,
Larry.
here's
You know how many
Nick. Here's the
elderly
problem
people
we
are
have.
getting
Here's
fucked?
Nick, here's the problem we have right now.
You gotta act up quite a bit to get bigger
And
active.
Yeah, but there needs
fingered-
to be somebody who always oversights
Here's the
that.
problem you have here. There's no federal oversight. You have state by state puts out their own regulations on and laws on what facility, just like jails.
Look at Morty's
and prisons.
dying.
You know, did you just know that they found
He had a
over
nightmare.
200
He's
dead
like-
bodies behind the Mississippi jail? Did you guys read
I
about that?
had no
I'm gonna be doing a
idea.
video on that.
You better.
And yeah,
Did
'cause-
you know they found over 1,200 full-size bones in Benjamin Franklin's basement?
Ben
what
Frank.
was it?
And they were deceased at the exact same time that he owned the building?
Quit it.
What would he
So
burn?
okay.
No, he
I
was.
don't know if that's
oh,
true. I
no,
never
it is
heard.
true. It is totally true. And the thing is, he was he was buying dead bodies.
I mean, he's
already
kinda creepy
and
looking.
doing experiment. You know, like just
What
fucking
type
around.
of experiments, though?
I don't know.
like.
But he was
and
clearly
how-
the man
how-
was a
that?
scientist,
doesn't
right?
Then how did they all die at the
Electricity?
same time? That makes no
I
sense.
need to know.
No,
why.
around the same time. Yes,
They're
he was
flying
just buying.
kites.
He was. I heard and read on TikTok.
Everything,
That-
everything you know on TikTok is real, guys.
It must be
Okay,
true.
but no,
Yeah.
it does
It's always
make sense.
real on TikTok.
The guy was a scientist, right? They found a bunch of bones in his basement. Cool. It's not like the internet's being like he's a serial killer, but realistically, if we think about it, no, he's a scientist, and he was probably just getting bodies, being like,
Let me ask
We're
you a
just
question.
test
Nick.
subjects.
What is a serial killer?
oh, a serial killer that has a agenda, intent. They plan it. It's not like a gangbanger who's caught a couple.
That
bodies.
is not the definition of a serial killer.
Well, that's mine.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know you wanted me to recite.
I just
the
wanted to know
dictionary.
because it's
What
a
is
very, very fuzzy
Okay,
subject.
but here's the thing. Yeah, that's basically exactly what I said. Is a serial killer and a
I like it. You just
gangbanger.
don't want to let me talk. I love
No,
it.
because you
You could
literally
have on a
asked
mission,
me.
right?
A gangbanger is just shooting out the window.
If you're a serial killer,
and
you're
a
on a
serial
mission.
killer, you're like really
Serial
doing
killer
that
has to
shit.
have 2 or more bodies, and unbeknownst to them, not like
He
without
said
a
you
motive.
are
Like,
wrong,
it's not
Nick.
like about you,
He said
I'm
you're
beating you
wrong.
and I kill
You're
you.
such
You're
a
so
liar, Nick.
wrong, Nick.
Such a
They're
liar.
not classifying you as a serial killer because I had a motive.
Yeah.
You have to if you have no motive, and you have 2 or more bodies.
So like,
Isn't
I'm
that
stacking
what
up
I
bodies because I want
just
to. It's not because
literally
you didn't provoke me. I
said?
just wanted to.
Huh?
I just wanted
I wasn't
to do
provoked.
it.
I just wanted to.
Well, you know, like
That's
serial
literally
killer.
what I
You know,
just said.
I know many people who have
I know
bodies,
what-
and
Yeah.
and are those
Understandable.
people classified as serial killers?
Is that not what I just said?
I don't know.
Is that not how I just explained it?
yeah.
What? No.
You said something else.
I said serial killers and gangbangers are 2 different things.
He literally said that.
I literally, you just said exactly
There's your juror.
word for word.
Yo, he
what
did,
I
but
said.
like I appreciate everybody else coming
I
out.
love
and,
it.
Like hot, it's great because
He deserves it.
you know,
I
it's,
was just actually confused
it's
for
funny.
a second.
Sorry.
I love it, but hey, at least we all now know
Everyone
the difference
knows.
between a serial killer and a gangbanger. You know,
Bang.
like-
I mean, you know what?
Bang,
it
bang.
just drives me
Gang,
crazy
gang.
when the United States and everybody.
I just
does
upped my
everybody
shit.
here
I
know
didn't
who the
plan
son of
it.
Sam is?
I just upped it.
Do you all know who the son of Sam is?
Yeah.
Okay,
Who?
you do. Son of Sam.
Yeah.
David Berkowitz.
Yes.
No?
No.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Son of Sam, he said a Doberman told him to kill the people. And I actually was in a car the day before he killed someone right at the
That was
spot
in
he
New
killed
York?
him. Yeah, New
Yeah.
York, Son of Sam. And matter of fact, there was a lover's lane. He'd kill people, just go up to the car and kill them and stuff. So they consider him a
Zodiac.
That's
Killer
another one.
also
Zodiac's
did that.
California.
No,
But
someone
that's
was,
the
that
same
was John
copycat,
Leguizamo, right?
copycat
Who?
killer, I guess.
Yes.
Leguizamo?
The guy you're talking about
Leguizamo play. Yeah.
from
Okay.
California.
A schedule.
Now,
They
Yeah.
planned it. They had an area.
but you got now, but there's no motive.
I never said it.
So.
I
But
never said
when
motive.
you,
I
if you
scheduled,
consider
planned.
David Berkowitz a serial killer, right? I think he killed 6 people, maybe. How do you not classify mob hitmen? Like, how about the guy we saw on a
No,
a
that's
show?
not the
That's
same
not the
thing.
same.
It's not the same
Do it through
thing.
the mob.
That's not
Yeah.
the same.
That's
when
business.
you're
That's
when you're
literally
I'm telling
business.
you
Larry,
because I
how?
want-
Why would you ask?
Listen, I know
exactly.
that's how people go to sleep at night.
Like
Why-
I might have a type if I'm a serial killer for like
Yes,
what I want to
that's
get,
the
but I don't have a
basic-
motive.
Right,
I'm not killing
bare
you
you
for a
just want to
reason.
kill blondes. Or
I'm like,
whatever.
yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
that's bare.
Yeah.
That's bedrock.
I have a target.
right there. That was
Yeah,
the best
but I don't have a
one. That's what I
motive.
only going
said.
after people
That's
who
what
I
are
wasn't
lost in
provoked.
drug tooths.
I
Like,
guess
that's
instead
it.
of the
Like,
word
that's all I'm going
gangbanger,
after.
I guess
I'm going
instead of
after
the word
hot
gang.
broads and eat and eating their bodies.
So okay, we've
perfect.
all been on the
That's
same
really
page.
awesome. Yeah.
I shouldn't have said gangbangers. I should have said
Yeah, the Boston
mobsters.
Strangler.
That part. Yeah.
That was big. That was
And then
way
we would have gotten
A
here.
15
God
minute.
bless.
Right.
I should have said
John Wayne
mobsters.
Gacy right here.
Yeah.
We count.
Not even-
Oh,
yeah. Not
John
even
Wayne
listening.
Gacy literally is my. I'm sorry. Favorite
Oh.
serial killer.
Oh my God, she's one of those bitches.
You know, I get that.
Like
but-
because I want to get in his brain because
She's
there
a-
was no
she's a
logical.
murder
There was no
makeup
time
mystery.
frame.
There's no. Oh, I know.
No
yeah.
time frame. When did you grab them? When did you decide to grab
He
them?
had them. He invited them over.
No,
and
no,
stuff.
no. But there
He'd
were
pick
so
him up.
many.
That guy, he was
Yeah, he'd pick
undercover
him up.
one time. He
He picked
almost
him
got
up.
caught.
But
He's very
how'd you get
charismatic.
so many in so little time.
You're charismatic.
That's crazy.
You
Yeah,
landed
you think
them.
that could happen.
You
Landed
were
them
a
hoes.
big
I
man.
could start by killing all
rolling
three of you
around,
and then
rolling
be-
around. I'm
Foundation.
walking.
I'm zooming in
Crawl
on that.
space. Put him in the crawl
Walking
space.
in a fucking.
Sit
clown
down, sit
suit.
down, honey.
I'm walking in a clown suit. Walking in a
Yeah.
clown suit.
Is that great?
Walking up.
was
to
Mine is
random-
Jeffrey
Isn't
Dahmer.
that great?
I think.
Larry
how
goes,
did they-
"Isn't that great?"
No, it's
what a
not.
country! What a country we
Who
live
the
in.
How did they-
actual fuck
wait.
would get in a car with a clown suit,
Wait,
man?
forget
He
even
wasn't
that.
always in
How do
clown
they-
attire.
I still think. How do you classify Jeffrey Dahmer as normal and not crazy when you're eating bodies?
He was also charismatic.
I didn't forget how he did it.
His victims didn't
He's
see him like
crazy.
dining on people.
He is crazy. He
He
is
did what
crazy.
He needed to do. And he
Okay,
drove
you
them in
can
and
be
they did what they
crazy
needed to
with
do.
you. Okay, you can be crazy, and I
Eat
think
them,
also
you needed to do
He
that.
wasn't doing it in front of the people or they wouldn't
Yeah,
have visited him.
no,
I know, he
exactly.
put the
If he
bodies
was
in his
crazy,
refrigerator.
No,
He's like, I'm mad creepy. Come over.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
And the only reason
no.
he got caught is because of his.
He was like, I'm cute. Let's party. And then he was like, I'm
Yeah.
going to eat you.
So
When you got there,
we're all
his
right
neighbors
here.
came out.
Yes, he's crazy, but he's also on the crazy that he's like, I can go out and in the world and buy fucking groceries.
And
Manageable
people loved,
crazy.
and
Manageable.
people thought he was a great
He's like,
man.
Still, he's very, he's
no,
You're
Jeffrey
like, just
Dahmer
an
is
ordinary
he's-
man.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
He's still
such an
romanticized.
ordinary
But he was a
man.
monster.
He watched the clock and was like, "Ooh."
I have a question for you women.
Yeah.
It's 11:30.
I have
You're
a question
not-
for women,
Ooh,
and
quit
this
it.
is this is a
Yeah.
women question, and don't take it as weird.
I
Do
won't.
It's
women?
probably weird.
It
Watch
really
it.
always.
Watch it.
No, this always made me think a lot. How there are women who will literally fall in love and write and go at
Berserk.
serial killers.
The people with Marilyn
you know,
Manson, all
yeah,
that shit.
right.
Yeah.
I just called. That's
Charles
her.
Manson.
Yeah.
That is
No,
her.
Charles
Look at her.
Manson's
Judgment. My
That is
point
her.
is, what in a woman says,
Yeah.
you know, I just want to.
You better check her mail, dude.
You know, is there some
Check her
kind of
fucking
psycho
mail.
side of a woman that wants that
Look,
crazy
No,
look
shit?
how she's so ready to rebuttal. I told you. I already said that is her.
I think
that is her.
It's the want.
You better
of
check
he
her fucking-
loves the
you
way
better
they
check her
love
fucking
killing.
mail.
I think that's
You
better
it.
check this
No,
bitch's
people
mail.
are fucking
She's in
crazy.
correspondence.
Women are crazy.
Oh, we know that.
I'm not calling you
And men
crazy.
are crazy
but
because there are men that
Rose's
fall.
pen
she
pal.
was over here being like, Jeffrey was so cute. You guys were in a conversation.
Hey,
we were.
buddy.
First off, no.
You didn't
Right,
say
he's
that.
not your
No, I
type.
did not. He is not my type. Sorry.
Who'd you just
You're
call
like
cute?
bald 62.
You know, I'm
No,
gonna-
no, no. He's just a clown. I love it. Pennywise is my baby. Like,
bald
yeah.
one, that was
Okay,
like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I was. I was like,
I mean, there's
She's
nothing
writing
in
a
my
prison
body that
There's
wants to
nothing
go
in my
have
body
sex
that is
with a.
like.
with a-
you don't have
Like a
any pen
clown.
pals.
Wasn't that like the
No.
the bald guy was like the BT something killer?
Oh.
He would like bind and then strangle and whatever.
Who just got caught off of the DNA test that their grandson did?
That
or
was
whatever?
a Zodiac guy up in
Yeah, that was
California.
Zodiac
I
because they
love-
posted a bunch of.
Didn't Donald
TikToks
Trump
on
start
it.
the meme that Ted Cruz was
Ted
the Zodiac?
Cruz's father.
Was the Zodiac
Yeah.
killer?
No, that he killed Kennedy.
No, but Ted Cruz
Do
was
you think he did,
also
though?
the Zodiac killer.
Kennedy curse? No.
Never.
Are you a Donald Trump fan?
He's the
Trump.
You
funniest.
say it.
He's the
Are you?
funniest. He's the funny. I am.
No, don't
I'll
look
say
at
it
me
right
like
now.
that.
Okay, it's
Loud and
fine.
proud.
Like to each their own, but like no.
Right.
I
Yeah.
am. I am a big Donald Trump fan.
He's entertaining.
And I-
Grab him right by the pussy.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
That doesn't bother me.
Tish.
Just like Bill Clinton with a
You're
cigar
like,
with the
that doesn't
girl in the
surprise
White
me.
House.
Nick's a Donald
yo,
Trump
yo,
fan.
wait.
That's
Can we
pretty-
talk about it?
That's pretty
I love
cool.
Jeffrey Epstein's list.
Oh my.
Is it real or fake?
Stephen Hawking.
Oh my God! Participated in underage orgies. And how?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. And
He said-
how young?
He said, "Keep going, keep going,
Did you? The best comment I
keep
saw.
going."
Quit it. How? I'm
Did
sorry.
you see the someone who commented after Benassi? It said, "Push me and just touch me until I get my satisfaction."
Fuck. Yo, I love the internet.
In a robo voice.
Do you guys believe everything you read?
Never.
Keep going.
Never.
Right.
But
More.
Jeffrey
Right
Epstein's
there. More.
list.
Oh, I believe the
More.
list.
I believe the list so
Trump
hard.
was on it. Clinton was on it.
Clinton was
Ellen.
blatantly
Ellen was on it.
Did you know Ellen got caught? I don't know.
I didn't hear about that
Allegedly, I always.
I think
say that
Ellen's
now.
got a bigger dick than me.
Yeah,
She does.
same.
Ellen got caught selling furniture for like 100 times the price, and the internet was like, "You are shipping children in that locker that you're selling from your merch store, dude." She was. Ellen.
I am flunking
I never heard of
because all
this.
of the people that worked for me are coming after me, so I'm gonna make money. That's what I'm gonna do.
What?
Everyone's coming after Ellen.
For what?
Everyone's coming after.
Oh,
I mean, I like
she's a
her.
bitch.
I love Ellen.
Oh,
Love
after
her.
after
I like
But a lot of
independent.
people
I like
are coming
independent.
after
jumped
her
on the
for
train.
being
I like
Sharon.
independent.
Yeah.
I like-
Get jumped by the train.
She's not still with that Porter, right? Is she?
Portia de Rossi.
Yeah.
Is she
I've heard
still?
didn't they
I
break up and
heard
get back
thought they
they
together?
broke up.
up
I thought they
too.
got back together though.
Didn't she kill her? No, but for no reason, I will admit, I will admit the only reason I do not like Ellen is because it was a meme on Twitter and TikTok in 2020. And I was like, fuck her, dude. No other reason besides it was popular online. So I was like, yeah, fuck her, dude. Fuck
I have
her.
a question, since we're near the end of the podcast. I met Tysh through Nick. They were friends. They were gaming friends, actually. Correct?
Yes.
Xbox.
You belong. And I'm saying this on air
I'm
to
from
everybody.
St. Louis. Should, Larry.
You belong being a streamer.
Yes, she does.
You're intelligent. You're beautiful. You're well spoken, and you can play a game.
I'll clap them
She
cheeks.
can clap cheeks all day, every
Say it again.
day.
Hold on, Tish. One more time.
I'm the cheek clapper.
You have gotten a lot better since we started
Now,
playing.
at
right?
what age did you meet
Right?
him? How old was he?
Ooh, how old were you?
A punk kid,
13?
I'm sure.
12?
What? You cradle robber?
I was like 12. No, I wasn't 12.
You were
I
an
was-
abuser.
I was in 7th grade, so that
I was.
Yeah,
you
12.
said,
In my
you said that was
defense-
way worse. You said what
I
grade you
saw
were.
it at like 2 a.m. and this little asshole was setting my world on fire. Asked me if I had homeowners insurance. And I said, like, who the fuck are you?
That is how we met.
But
Literally.
did you have a homeowner's
no,
insurance?
she didn't.
On
Guess what?
Minecraft, I did
No,
not.
it was every
Suck.
5 minutes saved. I was like, I'm fucking
He
this bitch
might
of
have
shit.
poured lava
I'm not
on
going
my-
to put him on blast, you know, how he was
Don't
when he was
stop
a
that.
kid. No, and I'm not. I wouldn't do that.
I was trying to have a good time in the middle of the night.
We can
and
do
this
all
fucking
that.
Speaker.
I just have another question.
You know,
What are you as a 25-year-old girl talking to a 12-year-old
she had
kid?
no choice. I'll defend her. She had no
He kept-
choice, guys.
I
You
literally-
always
She
have
had-
a choice.
No,
you know
I was- I was
she didn't,
booting
Larry.
him.
No, she
I was
did not.
kicking him out of my world.
no choice.
You
I don't
like
think
came in
you
hot
couldn't
heavy.
lock your
I'm not
role.
buying
it.
You couldn't
I'll
lock
give
your
you
map
that.
back
No,
in,
like,
right?
this
no,
girl's a
you
couldn't.
landmine.
So he kept
It was
joining
on
my
Minecraft.
world, and
Yeah, it
I
was
was
on
like,
Minecraft.
"Get the fuck out!" And he was like, "Ah!" And I was like, "Get
Larry,
out!"
really,
And
she
he
had
would not.
no fucking.
Larry, look, you
Guys,
would never had her.
He like
had-
bullied
you
me.
would never had her.
She had no. Really, back then
I repeatedly kicked him out.
back then there was no safety features, Larry. So
There were
was
no
like,
safety
get the
So you're
hell away
allowed
from
to
me.
abuse a kid.
You could literally like just fuck with somebody
Aim.
back
Yeah,
then.
Aim.
she was no Larry. She was literally kicking.
You know, it
me out
is
of-
against
Are
the
you
law for a
listening?
woman to go to a
Is
young
he
man.
listening?
as much-
100%.
I would
you listening
literally
to me?
repeatedly
Yes.
boot his little ass out of my world. He would come
You
back
told
and
me.
taunt me.
She had no choice.
You told me that.
Back then, I'm just trying to explain. Back then on the Xbox 360 and Minecraft,
All you could
'cause
do
it
is
all
rate
was on
them.
Minecraft. It was on like the basic Minecraft right when it came out on Xbox 360. So I don't know,
She couldn't
2000
block you.
All I could do is
She
say like
could
he
do
sucks, and he'd get like
nothing.
a negative rating, which
Because-
he had.
and you know what was the
just
best
get,
part?
like, a
He was
negative aspect,
toxic. He was
yeah.
in the red.
Wait a
I
minute.
was
Wait a minute.
85%.
You're telling me there's no way to block somebody?
Back then, no.
Back then,
Larry,
no.
I'm trying to tell you. Remember when I
No.
said YouTube was Wild Wild West?
Yeah, it
It was.
was.
The
Yeah.
Xbox was literally the apocalypse.
Yeah.
It was.
You could complain
I
about
remember
him,
gaming
and he
back
had a
then,
bad
though.
rating. So when you clicked on his name, it
And
said
the
like
best
he is a
thing
poor
is,
player,
Larry-
and I was like, yeah,
Oh, he's a
sucks.
poor player? He wasn't
Yeah,
good?
it was like
No,
he has
you
bad
could- you
language.
could say anything.
He's
Yeah. Okay, but the best
poor
thing is
sportsmanship.
the best thing is that you only could join friends. She was not my friend.
I don't even know how the fuck he
But the
found
thing
me.
was, she was a friend of a friend's. So she was like
Doggy bones.
She was double mutual friends, and it was like your friend's friend is on this map.
So I jumped into her world,
I need some of that meat.
and I was like, I hope you got homeowners
Do you do
insurance,
that? Do you play
bitch.
games?
I do.
And I started lighting her.
You know,
shit.
I'm an expert gamer. You know, I'm one of the best on
You
YouTube.
need to hop on Roblox with us at like 3 o'clock
Listen,
in the
did
morning.
you know I'm a character in a game?
You did it.
Did you know that, Taylor?
Roblox?
I am a character in a
good?
game.
What
Roblox?
games?
Yeah.
You ever hear Prison
Roblox.
Architect?
I haven't.
It's not
Prison
bad.
Architect, they
I
have
mean,
my
under the
character
right
in there.
circumstances, it's fine.
My goatee
Oh, my
I had at the
Everything?
time. My prison number. I am a character in a prison game.
We gotta play this on Roblox.
On Prison Architect.
Prison Architect.
Oh, I gotta get on
We
that.
gotta
And it's a
figure
big
this
game.
out.
The company is, Nick and I looked it up. It's a big company.
We gotta
So
figure it
basically,
out.
what we're saying is this whole stream is dying down to that we're all going to start streaming and playing video games a lot more.
Yes.
Well, I am because I'm, known as one of the best gamers out there because
Yeah,
you
he
see
is.
the millions of views and millions of views
Yeah,
because I taught people how to do
push.
the game.
And we're the dream team because
And one of my good friends is
Because now
Kevin,
we
who's
actually,
got 5.8 million.
Hey,
He's-
yo, Kevin.
That would expert thief.
I said,
I think
all of
us right there. That would be a lit stream.
right? Us five.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm here for
He's
it.
got 5.8 million, and I did collabs with him. He saved me when I was a rookie.
Well, me and Thief are best friends now. So
Oh, gotcha.
just like, oh hey everybody, shout out Larry is going on the Lex Friedman podcast.
I'm
in a
taping
couple
it.
days.
I am
Yeah.
taping it in a few days. I don't.
Get like
I love
get
that guy
Ninja on
though.
it.
I mean, I love that guy.
Ninja?
He's so intelligent.
Ninja.
Ninja.
Yeah.
I love people who are thinkers.
Yo, same.
you wanna fuck Ninja?
Bro, come at me. Fuck Ninja.
I'm not saying. I was
She's
just
like
saying.
he stole my hair color.
No, it doesn't matter.
All right, I think we've had enough. I think the podcast is about
No,
going.
reality. I love Ninja.
First of all, I want to thank you guys. What do you have to say?
We love Ninja.
Taylor, do you have anything to say?
No, it was a good time. I really appreciate it. Thank you for having
You're
me.
welcome back anytime.
Yeah.
Tish, I'm sorry if I combated you a little bit on what I
think
did.
it was actually
I still
pretty cool.
appreciate what you do.
I think we got down to the basics.
No, I mean,
I've
'cause
been
you're-
drinking
you're
for
on
way
a
too
prison
long
guard.
today, so
You are, but
we're
some are.
enjoying it.
And I'll go with that, Nick. Good job. And I guess we'll see everybody next Friday, right?
Don't touch anything.
You got it, everybody.
It's the
Please
greatest find
stay
yet. Nothing
safe,
compares
make
to
good choices.
But it's definitely something
Have
you should
fun.
hear.
This is The Real Deal with Larry Lawton.